Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV, and welcome to season 14 of the Simability V8ESC, round 10, an endurance round from the home of horsepower, which is Sandown. I'm Clyde Whiting, and on your cameras and sharing the booth with me tonight, as usual, it is Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody at home, and welcome. I think this one, if it's anything like the last time we came here, Clyde, it's going to be a bit of a brawl, really, isn't it?
Well, I remember two things about this track. Number one, it's not as easy as it looks, and my other note is stay off the curbs on the last corner.
Yeah.
And watching practice, I've seen some people take some curb and get away with it, but most people taking some curb have ended up facing in the wrong direction. But it is it's a cracking little track. It's only, I think it's a touch under 2 miles. And when the viewers at home will see, you can see the track map on the screen at the moment, and you're like, well, do you know what? That is really, really easy. But it's not.
No, it
it's
ain't.
anything but easy. It's the most technical easy track I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, it's bonkers. You think, oh, a whole load of 90-degree turns. Because that's, if you look at it, that's what you're facing, isn't it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 90-degree turns on the track and a few others. And the others don't look very aggressive, do they, really? But you stitch them all together and you've got a recipe for utter carnage. People are starting to put times up on the board, Clyde. But do you want to go through standings as well?
We certainly can.
I have actually coded this to do the standings for you now, so you don't have to go anywhere, hopefully. This will do it all for you.
Okay. There you go. Well, before we just talk through that, last time out at the new track, Jerez, a double win for Simon Trendle, a double second place for Victor Tanaka. Johnny Brandon took third in the sprint race, and Jamie Wilson took third in the feature race, which has all led us to these points totals. So Simon Trendle leads the way again with 1,352. Johnny Brandon was our leader. He's now in second with 1,279. And Bob Woodhouse having an absolutely fantastic season on 1,183.
Yeah, what's going on there? That's I'm not saying it's not Woodhouse-like, but he's not usually in the top 3. There's usually a Tanaka or a Klusterman or somebody else knocking about in there.
Yeah, but I think we spoke about it last time, and I think we spoke about it with Rob himself. He's in the past he's had a good race, a bad race, a good race, a bad race. He's put in a string of good races together at the moment.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think this form will hopefully continue right through the season, and let's hope I haven't just cursed him.
Yeah, too right. What do you want next?
Team standings would be nice.
Your wish is my command.
There you go. So, after some great results last time out, Team Chimera lead the way with 2,300 points on the nose. NQR Europe doing really, really well, 2,144. And BSTV Esports Green, I don't think there's any drivers tonight, maybe.
No, and I don't know that Adam's going to rejoin at all. He's He's got the addiction of real life racing. I mean, that's overrated, isn't it? So I don't think we'll see him back for a little while. And Tyler, no show tonight.
Yeah, so they're third on 1,841 points. Into the, let's go, driver of the meeting, because that's really important. So this will, as we announced last week, this will be renamed to the Bill Switzer driver of the meeting. Victor Tanaka, after last time out with 3 points. Bram Dubois, another one having a really good season, I think, up there on 2. And I'm going to use that word again, a plethora of drivers on 1 point, including Vincent Skilbeck and Woodward, Johnny Brandon, Tyler Newitt, Andrew Wood. Next up, let's go for let's have a look at the Safe Driver Award, because it's going to start coming into its own very soon.
No, that's not
the
it.
Safe Driver Award. We can do that one first.
Yeah, let's do that one because I've coded it wrong. You're reading the other one out.
Excellent. So, the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award. So, most position, or a point for every position gained from your starting position in each race. Simon Trendle leads the way with 36, Rob Venn second with 25, and Johnny Brandon third with 24. Let me get the Safe Driver up on my screen and I can look at it and tell you that although it says Jack Wells is first, he's not, because he's only done one race. Bob Woodhouse is currently leading that, with Simon Trendle second and Fabian Mayer in third. So that's everybody at home up to date. Let's concentrate on the qualifying, Pete. Or before we concentrate on the qualifying, let's just say, touch wood, all of our paint woes from last time are sorted.
Yeah, I've already checked, and thank you to Jamie Wilson for sorting mine out, because I'd never have been able to do what he did.
Yeah, and weirdly with mine, as I was telling Pete before we came on air, spoke to Jamie today, and he gave me a list of things to do, fired up iRacing, and without changing anything, everything seems to be okay. So I'm not touching it. So back to qualifying, Pete. Where are we? We are halfway through. Simon Trendle. No, was he sandbagging in practice? He's done a 1:07.0, and he had a 0.9 in practice.
Right.
Currently second is Kenzie. I'm not racing again until the new cars come out. You what?
Yeah. What's that about? It's great to have him back, but we need a new award, Clyde, and the award is most quits.
Oh, that would be a tight one though, between Kenzie and Anne, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Ant Woodward is currently this millennium's winner, but for the next millennium, who knows? Kenzie might get the title.
And I was about to say Johnny Brandon sits in third, but Tony Kloosterman has just popped into third place. First start of the season for Alex Civilano Haledo. Nice to have him back in the car. And we also have a new driver tonight, Pete, in Michael Campbell.
I'm trying to find him in the standings. Yeah, he's not on track, that's why I can't find him. He's in the BSTV Council paint.
Yeah, apparently he, I don't know if he's got any teammates coming, having a paint created.
Oh, good.
So,
right, that's good.
Hopefully by next time out.
And there was a rumour as well that a whole bunch of Spaniards and Portuguese drivers were going to join us, but they haven't materialised.
No, I'll believe that when I see it. I have heard that probably for the last 4 seasons.
Oh,
maybe.
Really? Right, this is the first time I've heard that one.
So maybe we encourage them by giving our standard drivers some Spanish names.
Oh, what a great idea.
So currently on provisional pole is Simon Trendolo.
Yeah, when I do this, right, because we've done this before, I always make everybody Italian in my head. So that was Simona Trendelli to me. I mean, it was just too easy to do.
Yeah, I nearly went Simone, to be fair, and then I thought, no, hang on, isn't that Italian?
Yeah. Right, let's jump on board with someone who's, well, he's quite likely to crash, I suppose. Into turn 1 here. Oh, there's a car there. Oh, we've hit it. All right, let's try again. Who's coming up to the start-finish straight? 668. Who's that? Bram. Bram will do us proud, won't he?
Oh, without a doubt.
Come on, Bram. He's going to tip it into turn 1 here. Keep off that curb. That's horrible. This one's fine, but you need to get to the left. I think this is third gear, maybe wrong. Second. Big curbs here, massive curbs. I can't even commentate on it, it goes that fast. This is where the massive crash was the last time we visited, worth noting for next time we talk. And then you've got this really big, it's a not straight really. There's a kink that you've just been through, and then all of this straight here, massive drafting opportunity, top of the revs, and then drop it down a little, but not too much, because this section you can take liberties with. Then you've got a 90-degree left-hander. It's no surprise, they're all 90-degree turns here. Then you've got this kink in the road here, into a sequence of turns which catches people out. Lots of curb on the first bit, nothing on the second, don't touch that bit, and then hard on the gas. That's the curb there that Clyde was mentioning, don't get near. And then hard on the gas again, and then over the line. We're going to do 100 and odd laps of this, Clyde.
Yeah, and as you rightly said, the curbs are horrible.
They're just vicious.
However,
there's no need for it.
However, what I will say is it does encourage drivers to stay within the bounds of the track.
Oh,
I like.
Let's have an argument about that again. So, for those of you watching at home, and there's a few of you at the minute, to be fair, me and Clyde don't agree on track limits necessarily. I think that it should emulate what happens in the real world. And Clyde wants to create some sort of small explosives over the white or yellow lines that demarcate the edges of the track, don't you, Clyde?
I genuinely believe that there should be landmines on the outside of the lines around tracks, also in real racing.
Brilliant. So open to discussion on the chat. Everybody can pitch in, but you'll find that I'm right.
Not only would that keep drivers within the track, but it will also bring brilliant entertainment.
I'm sure it will. Oh dear. Right, so Vincent Skillback is currently in 6th. He got bumped out of 5th a minute ago by Bob Woodhouse even, who's just joining the track for a last attempt at a stint. He's going to have to be quick here because, yes, a lap only lasts for 1 minute. But there's only 2 minutes to go, Clyde.
Yeah, good qualifying so far from Vincent Skilbecchio.
We're still going. That's Italian. That's definitely not Spanish.
No, it's Spanish. It's got an O on the end.
Oh dear. Oh, I don't know. We're going to get ruined here, aren't we? We're going to get banned or something. Here's Quitter of the Millennium, Ant Woodward. He's currently in 8th place. He's having a reasonable season. He hasn't quit yet, and he's got some points on the board.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just reading the chat.
Oh, right, what's going on?
A-Night, we know A-Night.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
A metre of grass AstroTurf around the outside of track limits is my solution. Yeah, that's a metre too much. What them things the police call stingers? That's what they should have around the outside.
Just instant flat tyres everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, if you're on iRacing, having a metre of grass or AstroTurf at the edge of the track is a bonus, isn't it? It goes faster. Sorry, it used to. They've changed it, haven't they?
I can't keep up with all the changes and cheating and everything else that goes on.
Cheat stuff. I don't know what's going on with that. It's just weird.
Yeah.
If
but
you need
like
to cheat,
you said,
don't race. Dead simple.
Exactly. We are right at the end of qualifying.
Okay, yeah. Right, here we go. Oh, that's a lot of air.
Yes.
I could have serviced his car. He was up there for that long.
More curbs that you need to stay away from. Victor Tanaka has connected right at the last.
Yeah, he's not going to get any laps in then. There was a car in a funny paint that I've just seen, and now I can't find it again. There it is.
Yeah, no, I've got the same paint on that one.
It's a Simability paint. It's I love it. It's Stacey Boyd's car.
Yes.
Sensational paint job. Look at the skull and crossbones on the bonnet.
Yeah.
Like it. Loving it. That's new, and I like it so much. Anyway. Wayne Sanderson on the chat. Why is he not racing?
Oh, I don't know, because I don't know.
Big Girl's Blouse is what you were looking for, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that's a better idea.
What?
A cliff.
Why do you just plummet to your
with
death?
a 20-foot drop the other side of the line.
Do you not think
I
that?
like that.
Right, we're beyond the end of qualifying. Oh yeah, it's not a heat race. They're going to get the time to run it out, of course.
They are, yes. And I better get ready with the grid.
Yeah. You're not going to be doing it anytime soon, though, because you've got another about 40 seconds before this.
Yeah, no, just get it typed in so it's ready to rumble.
Cool.
And then get the yellow typed in.
Yeah, get ready.
Just in case.
Do you want me to start running through the field if it trips over?
Tyler is watching from a wedding.
What? He's already married.
Yeah, it must be something to do with that sex cult.
Oh, the one in the forest?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Oh, right, we go. Right then, so round 10 here at Sandown for an endurance race. Nothing can go wrong here. Simon Trendle grabbed the pole honours there. For Team Chimera, Kenzie Newhoff is going off second for Hydro Race Racing Forces in his first race return to us in a new paint livery. I quite like it actually. Third will be Johnny Brandon for XVR OAPs. Tony Klusterman will go off fourth next to Johnny Brandon for NQR North America. Nothing will happen there, will it, Clyde? Fifth will be Alex Stavellano Lado for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Bob Woodhouse will go off sixth for NQR Europe. Vincent Skilbeck, that's a great result for a quali for Vincent. In seventh for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic, and Woodward off eighth for NQR Europe. Ninth will be Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera, with Bram de Bois off 10th for NQR Europe. Phil Keck will go off 11th for Hydro Race Racing Forces North America. Michael Campbell will go off 12th. He is a privateer this season. Pete tries to find the right button.
He's not.
Is he not? What is he?
No.
Go on. It's not carried through on the data.
Carry on and I'll find it.
Right. Greg Carr will go off 13th for NQR North America. Rob Venn will go off 14th for BSTV Esports Green. We've got a green driver. That's excellent. Fabian Mayer will go off 15th for... he's the privateer, that's right. Andrew Wood will go off 16th for Team Chimera. Stacey Boyd will go off 17th. Victor Tanaka joined late and will go off 18th, but not last, so he's done something there for NQR North America. Sam Boozin goes off 19th for BSTV Esports Easier. And we don't think Lane's joined us back again, so he would have started in 20th. But he's not going to race, we don't think, because he struggled in practice and has decided not to race with us tonight. So
yeah, Michael Campbell is representing Proximity Racing.
See, I typed that in earlier as well, and I don't know why that's not carried forward. So I apologise, Michael. I'll sort that out for next race. And we are going green now, Clyde.
We certainly are, and I'm really looking forward to this one because it's going to be difficult. There's a lot of laps, and we're green. Great start by Kenzie.
Yeah, it's mega. And he's going to be ahead at the first. No, he's not.
He is.
Oh.
He is.
There's a little bit of movement in the field behind, as in people shuffling about, but Simon Trendle has muscled his way through. Oh, I caught that at the right time.
Yeah, that was.
I think the stewards might have to look at this. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know.
I think it's cleared.
Right. Okay. No block track then. We're off. I'm overrunning.
There was definitely an NQR car in that, and definitely Michael Campbell as well.
Yeah. Sad news in his first race with us, but
yeah, well,
it doesn't look too damaged. Doesn't look too damaged.
Yeah, we'll see what happened. He may have been an innocent bystander in all that.
Probably. There's a lot of cars with a lot of damage now. And this is one of them. This is Alex Savellano Lado.
Yeah, well...
On my screen, it says, and I quote, Bram de Bois crashed, and it says the same for Ant Woodward, Phil Keck. Michael Campbell went off track. Greg Carr crashed. Victor crashed. Fabian crashed. Stacey Boyd crashed. Andrew Wood crashed. Phil Keck. Sam Boozin. Fabian Mayer again crashed.
Yeah, we'll need to have a look, see what happened, see if somebody went round on their own or whether there was a two-car incident that turned into a pile-up. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We're gonna view it now, Clyde.
Okay, let's see what happened, because there was definitely an NQR car involved, which I'm guessing was. Oh, that looked like a bit of solid air to start it off. And then, yeah, just nowhere to go for everybody else.
It wasn't a particular NQR car, Clyde. It was all of the NQR cars.
Well, yeah, there was that, yes.
Right, so that's
the first contact that looked like solid air to me.
I don't know what's going on. SDK is having a fit. Right, okay.
But anyway, after all that, Simon Trendle leads the way with Kenzie Newhoff second, Johnny Brandon in third. It's an endurance race, folks, so just in case you're wondering, the drivers do get 20 incident points to play with in an endurance race. But we will keep an eye on that as we go. Just trying to see if anybody is going to pit. Oh.
This was a few minutes ago. I thought it was going to be worse than that, to be honest. He got the curve, Clyde. He got the curve.
He did, yes. Yeah. We haven't got any standings on your stream, Pete.
You won't do because I'm on replay.
No, on the Discord stream.
Oh, really? Oh, very strange. Let me do this.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if anybody was going to take the opportunity to... That's better.
Right, don't know why, but I must have launched OBS after I shared the screen with you before, so... Who's that with no bonnet? No, it's not that. It's Bram. It's Bram. Bram's got nothing at the front of his car, apart from broken headlights.
Yeah, it looks like nobody thinks their damage is bad enough to take an early pit stop.
No.
What are we looking at? Probably 3 pit stops, so 4 stints. So, I don't know. I think people are going to be lapping somewhere earliest, maybe lap 24 before they can get any of this damage fixed.
Yeah, I would say so. If I missed anything in all of that, folks, then apologies, it was rather frantic. As Jamie Wilson tries to pull a move here on Alex Lado. Not going to happen. Alex has gone mega defensive.
Yeah, I didn't see where Jamie qualified. He was
7th.
quite a way. Oh, right, okay, he did well then, because he was quite a way down in practice.
No, he did all right he was on the first page anyway. You still there?
Oh yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just watching this battle up the front, because we've seen in the past Simon Trendle and another who is second do, I don't know, 10, 15 laps nose to tail, and you think, oh, we got a fight on here, and then it's like Simon wears them down, and then starts eking out 2 or 3 tenths every lap and going away, and you look again and he's like 7 seconds up the road.
We've not seen him race Kenzie for a long time.
No, that's right. And Johnny Brandon obviously is tagging on to the back of this little group here as well.
Yeah.
A couple of surviving NQR cars in Tony Klusterman and Bob Woodhouse still in the mix, as is Vincent, Alex, and then Jamie Wilson.
Jamie Wilson's doing a brilliant job, so he's probably going to crash in the next 2 turns because we've said that.
And then there's a massive gap then back to Rob Venn.
There is. It's a bit of a monster, to be honest. 6.5 seconds. And Rob Venn's all kind of on his own at the minute, with no friends, obviously. Only BSTV green driver. I think he's the first, of the ones that were caught up in the melee.
Yeah, you could be right, yeah.
He's got damage on left front. Greg Carr was definitely in the carnage, and as was Ant Woodward, Andrew Wood, and a few of the others that sit in the background there. There's damage to the front and side here of Greg Carr's Commodore. Left front and right rear, or right rear quarter panel at least. Ant Woodward.
Yeah.
He's got massive damage on his left hand side there. He's obviously been T-boned. Oh, there was an overtake just then. Why is Vincent so far back? Just one sec, let me go and find that. It's not come up on my timing screens yet, but Vincent was behind Tony a minute ago, and now he's 3 positions back. So something's happened.
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't see it.
I've got nothing on my timing screen. It's like he's slowed down. Oh, has he got a slowdown?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could be, or maybe just got out of shape. Tyler says that he seems to remember Simon dominating here last time out. And Chris Jackson has been on board with Kenzie and thinks he may be fuel saving.
Oh!
That was
an over-enthusiastic attempt, I think.
Yes, I was going to say robust.
Yeah, he's let him go, so yeah, you can't argue with that at all, really. Sportsmanship as we would expect in BSTV. So let's go back. This might be, if I can click the right button, this might be the reason that Vincent's so far back. So he's the car just there, but I'm on a different car at the minute with the camera. He got into the back of Tony. He got muscled there, and he's just been muscled off the corner.
Yeah, he just got no drive, did he?
No,
so
yeah.
we've just gone past him like he's standing still.
So that's why I got no event anyway. Phil Keck. What?
Phil Keck is in the pits
Wait,
now.
he reset to the pits from pit road. I don't get it.
Did he miss his box, maybe?
No, he was on his way in. He was on his way in.
Right,
This
okay.
is it.
So we've seen his car has been very lively. Goes into pit lane, gets down to speed, stops,
And resets. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway.
Strange.
Yeah. We hope that he will rejoin because he's a great driver. Maybe he's had a technical issue. Maybe he's... I don't know what the situation is.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, his car did look a handful, and I'm pretty much certain from the names you read out, he was involved in that lap 1 incident. So maybe he decided that it'd be better off coming in the pits and getting it fixed, and then maybe something went wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. After all of this, it's ended up with Tony Kloosterman having nobody to race with, really. He's on his own. He's got a good target, though. That's the back of Johnny Brandon's car that he's looking at. Johnny, at the minute, I'd say he's probably on a fuel strategy, yeah? So, I don't think he's bothered about 2 cars in front getting away with it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a long race. Well, I say it's a long race. It's no longer than any other endurance race, but it's a lot of laps.
Yeah.
There may be something in saving some of your tyre life towards the end of the stint. Not quite sure, but you see Greg Carr there go to put a move on Rob Venn. Rob Venn fighting back. Greg went a little bit wide on the exit.
Yeah, it was a good defensive line though that he took, so he's consolidated that. That's well done by Greg Carr there. I was going to ask about Gary Croft then, but Bob Woodhouse got Jamie Wilson approaching very quickly. These guys were not in that lap 1 incident. It was lap 2, wasn't it? It was lap 2.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson putting in some good lap times.
Very, actually. Yeah, that's nice. He can still see his teammate, which is good as well after 11 laps of Sandown.
It's another one of those tracks, isn't it, where you've got to, pick your moves wisely.
And calculate your move on the car in front 6 corners away from when you're going to actually
exactly.
do it.
Where am I better than the car in front? How can I throw a fake and make them go offline to set them up into the next corner, sort of thing?
Yeah, if you were at Spa, for instance, you would say the end of Camel Straight. You can just use that straight and the next turn to effect an overtake. You don't need to have any tactics for that. And Daytona Road has those sort of things as well. Whereas this one, there's no mega straight that you get a huge advantage from, where you can just roar down the side of somebody and get the position even before the corners approach you. This one you need to do a little fake here, do a little fake there, and then make them think you're going offline when you're not, and then stuff it down the inside.
Yeah, or be prepared to pounce if the car in front makes the slightest mistake.
Off a curve, usually.
Yeah. And obviously, as these runs go on, the mistakes are more likely.
Without a doubt. Right, what else is going on at the minute? I've been watching these two for a while. I don't think they're going to do much. It's an endurance race after all. Andrew Wood, he's been doing very well in this race. I don't know whether he's capitalised off that incident at the start, but he's in 13th at the minute. He qualified in 16th. And he's steadily making his way onto the back of Fabian Mayer here. And doing a good job of taking some really clean turns. Not getting too much wheel spin out of corners. And really getting the grip down.
Yeah, and that wheel spin thing is really important. They're high horsepower cars, and the more you spin them tyres up, the hotter they're going to get, the worse they're going to feel, and then the longer you go into a run, the more you're going to suffer from it. Yep. So, people that do look after their tyres are probably going to benefit round here quite a lot. As we see, Jamie Wilson puts that move on Bob Woodhouse, so his next target will be Tony Kloosterman.
I think Jamie's really connected with this car in recent races. We were saying this not that long ago as well, but he's about to get Bob Woodhouse come back off him, I think.
Yeah, he did really, really well there. Yeah. He's basically put his car slightly to the right of centre, so there wasn't any room around the outside, and it was easy to defend if Rob tried the inside.
And you do hear people in V8 saying, "Oh, I'll set my car up for the high curves." How the hell do you do that? What on earth do you do? Are you putting Bigfoot tyres on it or what? I mean, this car doesn't react well to having bugs on the track, does it? Let alone big curves.
No,
this is a vicious creature, this car.
Yeah, the trouble with this car is it doesn't like changing direction. And normally, if you hit one of those high curbs, the car sends you off in the opposite direction to what you want to be going in. So you are correcting that and trying to change direction in the car. And that's when it bites you.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a move going on there.
Well, Sam Boozen, how have I not spied this before? Sam Boozen's got the fastback version of this car.
Yeah, I think Michael Campbell just put a move on Andrew Wood.
Right, we'll have to see that. So Michael Campbell was sole motherless last at one point. Yes. So he's doing a good job here of recovering the situation. I do apologise that your team's not present. Clyde will try and say it as many times as he can throughout the broadcast. But that's a lovely overtake, actually. In a place where you don't... start finish straight is a good place to overtake, yes. You don't see that many. You see more on the back straight, don't you?
Yeah, you need a good run out of that final corner to get like half a car up the inside.
Yeah, and I think what Michael did very well there, which a lot of people don't, is that the overtake is fine, yeah, and Jamie did it before. The overtake is done, but how do you protect your overtake? How do you claim that position and make it yours? And he's done well there. He's positioned his car very nicely after the overtake.
Yeah, you see it so many times, don't you? Where you know, just to finish off the overtake, a driver will brake just a little bit later than they normally do.
Off they go.
Yes, and if they don't go off, they're slower on the exit than they should be, and the car that they've just overtaken comes back and gets the position back.
Yeah, one car that has stood out for me, for all the wrong reasons really, is Victor Tanaka, and the right ones. He started way down the field because he didn't do any qualifying. He got involved massively in that incident. He's now scything his way through the field, and he's up 5 places, Clive, with a massively damaged car. I mean, that's ruined, isn't it?
And you would expect him to get that fixed at the first pit stop, which is...
Oh, I thought it was going to be now. It was all over. Right.
You know, and I think some of these drivers that are struggling at the moment are, you know, just can't wait for this first pit stop so they can get this damage fixed.
Yeah. Phil Keck never rejoined us, I'm afraid, Clyde.
No, he did disconnect, and I haven't seen any messages as to why.
It's a shame. Great racer, nice bloke.
Bram Dubois in the pits.
Is this early? I think it is, isn't it?
That's very early, I think.
Is he 4-stopping?
I don't know. Unless he thinks he can save enough fuel, we'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, that was a big liberty by Michael Campbell over that little chicane.
That is one that you can take liberties with, though.
Oh,
isn't
right,
it?
okay. I've never driven the track. It's never been on a Clio schedule. Oh, talk to me about Clios.
I've done absolutely nothing.
Oh, brilliant. I was hoping for a shameless plug there, but it was just shameless.
That was very... yes, I obviously with everything that's happened in the last few
totally
weeks,
understand,
and work is absolutely mental. I've not been able to do anything.
No, that's completely understood. Everything's been up in the air for however many weeks now, hasn't it, because of what happened with Bill. For those that are watching and have not heard, unfortunately our partner in crime with BSTV, Bill Switzer, passed away a few Tuesdays ago. And we've suffered from the loss really ever since, and hence Clyde saying that the not the Forever Forward Award. Which one is it that we're changing? It's the Driver of the Meeting Award, isn't it?
It is, yes.
It's going to be the Bill Switzer Driver of the Meeting Award in the not too distant future, and we're going to have a crazy event annually in order to pay homage to the man that we all know as Barbecue Bill.
It certainly was. And he would have loved this race.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
He very, you know, me and Bill used to speak quite a lot, and we love the tactical side of racing. You know, there's nothing wrong with the 20 minutes go as fast as you can, and you know, door bang people out of the way. I like a bit of that as well, but I love these long tactical races, and trying to, you know, if you're just watching a race, you're trying to work out all the permutations of what's going on in your head. When you're in the booth, you're actually saying it out loud, and getting it totally wrong.
Of course.
So you know, it's I just love this side of racing, because you look at what somebody's doing and you're like, that's never going to work. And then they win the race by 25 seconds, and you're like, how did that work?
Yeah.
And then you see somebody try exactly the same thing the next time we do an endurance race, and it goes totally wrong, and you're like, well, why did it work last time?
I know. And you know, you've got Marco Namela pitting the car really early, undercutting everybody, and then somebody else does it, and it doesn't work for them, and you're like, well, there's no difference. You know, they're both driving the same car.
Yeah.
Where is he anyway? Where's Namela?
I don't know. Is he still suffering? He can't be still suffering with his old man knee, can he? Surely not.
Oh, probably. So this is coming to a boil, this little battle here now. This is Fabian Meyer trying to go around the outside of Ant Woodward. He's not going to make that work, and he's going to open the door for Victor. Oh, he might make this work. Can you take that much curb there and get away with that?
You can, yeah.
Wow. It's a straight line chicane, this.
Yeah, this isn't doing Victor any favours. He wants these cars nose to tail so he can find a way through.
Sorry, I thought there was going to be death. Many death.
Now we're going to be 3 wide because
yeah,
Victor's going through the middle.
Hang on, let me do this. Excuse me, coming through.
Yeah, he's got them both.
Yes, yeah. What the hell? Fabian's fighting it. Oh, go on, Fabian. Go on. Oh, no. That's a lot of extra.
Too late on the brakes. I was going to say he's late on the brakes, but he was too late.
Do you know who that is there?
That's Michael Campbell.
That is. What a great recovery. Driver of the meeting quality. Yes.
Sam Boozing on the back of this battle in his sport back.
I know, yeah. Fast back boozing. There it is. You can see he's shopping. I think it's some chips, Clyde. I'm surprised you didn't jump on the Belgian fries joke there. But
no, it was too obvious.
Oh, really? Too obvious? All right. Right, so other people on the chat, Clyde. Tyler's on the chat. We're not going to talk to him, though, are we? Because he's not driving.
No.
Chris Jackson's on the chat, but we're not going to talk to him either because he's under the thumb, right?
Massively.
Right, okay. So Alan 2, loving this top old track. Absolutely right.
I'm liking the battle up front at the moment in that we are on lap 21 coming up to lap 22 and Kenzie is still on the back of Simon Trendle.
Yeah, it certainly says to Simon, I'm coming after you, son. And if anybody's on board with him, let's see if we can go on board with him. Let's see if he's actually saving anything. Maybe a little bit there. Rolling it through the corners, no gas. Nice line coming out of that corner, actually. Excuse me. You can't save fuel when you're accelerating down the back straight here at Sandown. It's just all gas, but you can come off the gas very, very early. Let's see if he does.
This will be the pointer.
Yes, he is. Not massively, I wouldn't have thought, but he is definitely off the gas very, very early. So I think we can certainly say that we're going to have a situation, Clyde.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on back here? Christ. Right, so there's 3 cars about to
Wood in the middle, isn't it?
Yes.
Ant Woodward, Sam Boozing.
It is. In front of them is Michael Campbell, who's scythed his way through all of these guys and is starting to disappear up the road behind Fabian. I'm liking that Michael Campbell. Where did he come from?
Yeah, no idea, to be honest.
Sign him up.
And Woodward tried to break the toe that wasn't there.
I know, what was that about? He's just stitched himself. That was lovely, nice. That. Oh, he didn't make it work, but such a good effort.
Love those little surprise moves.
Yeah, nice. I mean, you're in a bad place there, aren't you? Because what's a send and what is a nice move?
Yeah, I think for me it's, Ascend is different. Ascend is like from 14 postcodes away.
Yeah.
That's more of a, the racing line is on the outside and you throw it up the inside.
Yeah.
It's that move that you see at Donington all the time. Ash Sutton is a master at it through the Kramer curves. Where the racing line is on the outside, he just throws it up the inside, and the car then on the outside can't turn in without causing an accident. So, it works.
Who's currently got our fastest lap? Let's have a look. Best time is this button. Oh, it is Simon Trendle. but not by very much at all.
Yeah, and that gap at the front is weird, because I look up one lap and Kenzie is right on the boot of Simon Trendle, and then I look up again and there's like nearly a second in it, and yeah.
Well, I have been doing the same thing and thinking he's not even trying to overtake. He's coming off the gap. Ooh! Sorry, thought that was going to be death. Really thought that was going to be death. There was lit up tyres and everything. There's battles everywhere at the minute. There's battle for Jamie Wilson and Alex Savlano-Lado with Bob Woodhouse, who, as you were saying before we started, his performance this season has been exemplary. He's a bit out of position. He's a position back from where he started. Arguably, Jamie Wilson is 4 places up from his start position. That's worth calling out, definitely.
Yeah, and the pit window is open.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, it is, because here comes Stacey Boyd in that lovely paint. Back onto the racing circuit.
Yeah, it's a couple of minutes shy of a quarter race distance, but Andrew Wood is in as well.
He's there, I promise you. You just can't see him. So Jamie Wilson under mega pressure at the minute. Alex Lado piling it on good and thick. So these guys have also got to watch out. This isn't a small grid, is it? Ooh, as Bob Woodhouse decides I'm doing it. Yeah. He's not got damage to fix either. I'm surprised that more of the damaged cars aren't coming in. Vincent Skilbeck's another undamaged car. He wasn't in that incident at the start.
Yeah, maybe some minor adjustments.
Yeah.
Probably cars, especially Bob and Vincent, probably had cars that weren't handling too well.
What can you change on the fly in these? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Well, brake bias is one.
Yeah, I was thinking more tyre pressures, to be honest, with a pit stop.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't really know where we are with the tyres at the moment. I sort of give up. I don't know whether they're just running them as low as possible, or whether having correct tyre pressures is a good thing these days.
I think it definitely has. Oh, we'll be both going in. Oh, we are really both going in. There was contact. Adam, what the hell? Ant Woodward in the pits, as well as Tony, Alex, Jamie. This seems to be a good time to pit, apparently. But not for the front boys.
Looked like a quick stop from Ant Woodward there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, very much so. Hang on a minute. I've got the camera on Kenzie, right? Behind him is Vincent.
Yeah, a lap down.
A lap down. What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Sandown's great, isn't it? Sandown's brilliant. I love it.
So like 1 minute 7 second laps a day. So
look at that. That's ridiculously close for leaving the pits, and Alex Lado has done Jamie Wilson in the pits. And is that Bob Woodhouse? It is.
Bob Woodhouse, yeah.
He's gone. They've all gone wide, apart from Jamie. Jamie's gonna laugh his little socks off, I think. Maybe. Ooh! Get off the curbs.
Sorry. There's a target fixation going on there.
Yeah.
I think.
Sam Boozen. Has he been in the pits? He has. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I was like, why has he been in the pits and not fixed his car? Oh, here we go. Battle of the Council Paints climb.
Yeah, and this one's been going on for a little while. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was saying, Victor's doing well, but he hasn't pitted.
Yeah, up 12 positions at the minute. pit stops included, of course.
Yeah, I've got eyes on the leaders and they're staying out.
I think they're going to run it as long as they can. That has to be the advantage, right?
I think so.
The last one is going to be where they save it all.
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson, I'm impressed with the lines that he takes through some of these corners. He's well prepared, you know. He gets on the gas early, and gets himself away. I like it.
Well, to be fair, Jamie always races good lines, but what you tend to find in this car
is that Tony? Nice. Sorry.
What you find with Jamie in this car is towards the end of a stint, the back end just disappears on him.
Right.
But he seems to have that under control over the last couple of races.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it transpires for the full endurance race distance, rather. Oh, these two have gone in together.
Yes, they have.
With Sam Boozin in front of them.
Phil Keck on the chat, and yes, that's just jogged my memory. Something bent on his car after the lap 1 incident, and the handling became completely unpredictable. I was only going to do the first half of the race anyway, so I called it. And I remember him asking that question about, does it matter if he doesn't finish the race?
You only have to do 1 full lap, don't you? In our rules. Let's just see if Kenzie got an advantage here. This is the reason that you're seeing a very boring picture, folks. I want to see if Kenzie gets off pit road. He does. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, my God, that's close.
He does.
Oh!
He does.
Oh,
yeah, Simon.
Wow. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah, Simon could have gone for that gap, but it's not worth it in a championship sense.
No, it's really not. You're right.
You know, this is now Simon's chance to sit behind Kenzie and save fuel,
yeah.
And if nothing else, take the lead back on the next pit stop.
Exactly. That does, however, hand the lead over to this boy. Because he's not used to winning races, is he?
No. Who's that? That's Rob Venn, isn't it, in front of our leaders?
Yeah. Here we go.
He's bailed a little bit there, let him through.
And fair enough, you know. Sometimes you want to race if you're out of sequence, and sometimes it's worth it. This one I don't think is. So he's done the right thing there. Continue off then. Of all the pitted cars, at least, is the race leader. The unpitted cars are led now by Johnny Brandon. And you can see he's got a country mile behind him of free space until you get to this boy, Greg Carr. It should be noted, Clyde, that Johnny Brandon, technically right at this minute, has a 28-second lead.
That's not going to last.
No, it's not. Victor Tanaka in to pit his car and get his damage fixed. So he's down there. All these cars will... Oh, Johnny Brandon's in. Right, so he's going to surrender lead now. All these cars will need to take tyres. Right, Clyde, you're not getting anywhere on second-hand tyres. Just so that people at home that are watching understand that.
Yeah, if you don't take tyres in this car, you are absolutely mental.
So, the format of these races, for anybody new to the series, because we have got a few people watching now, we have standard weeks are a 30-minute race followed by a 1-hour race. A pit stop in the 1-hour race is pretty much guaranteed. And then we have these endurance races, which are every 3 races. A season lasts for about half a year. We avoid all the serious big event races like the Bathurst 1000, the Spa 24, the Daytona 24 or 2.4, Raw before the 24. And we avoid all that. So one season takes about half a year, doesn't it, Clyde, roughly?
It does, yes.
We've been going about 8 years now with this league, haven't we?
Yeah, this season is due to finish on December the 2nd, which I'm not going to be available for because it's our work's Christmas do. Something that's just popped up. Has something happened to Michael Campbell because he's disconnected? You got anything in the event tracker?
At the minute, no. Give me a minute, I'll find something. There's been so many pit stops that I'm having to scroll up quite... Oh, yeah. Hang on. Might be this. Although that looks a bit innocuous. Let's just see. That's a nothing thing. And I have nothing else. I'm sorry, I've got nothing. That was it. That's all I got.
Okay. Interesting.
He was doing brilliantly. He was stone last at one point, and he made his way back to about 12th. He was battling with this boy, Fabian Meyer. I don't know. That's that. I'm at a loss. I really am. It was great watching him making his way through the field. I don't know why he's quit out, unless it's a technical issue.
It could be. Could be. Ah. Internet failure.
Oh, you are joking. So annoying.
Tropical storm rolling through, so I'm not sure where Michael is in the world.
He's got an American flag, so maybe he's a Florida boy.
Could be. Could be. Why have I just lost everything? Right.
I don't know, but Johnny Brandon has just put up the fastest lap of the race.
That's right.
What's that?
That's all right, it's just me doing switch pigs.
Right, the top two are inseparable still. Ignore the car behind them. That is Fabian, he's lap down. Don't ignore him. That sounds horrendous, but he's not in this battle. This is... I don't know whether Simon will have a go here or not. He's definitely within tow range. I don't know that he's going to bother, though. He'll get it back in the pit stop, right?
Yeah.
It's a war of attrition right now, to be decided in the last stint, right, Clyde?
Yeah, and you would think, you know, Kenzie, maybe would you now go absolutely flat out and try and do 25 quali laps, see if you can, you know, say to Simon, okay, well, you know, I'm not going to let you save fuel. You know, I'm either going to pull away from you so that you can save fuel, or you're going to have to chase me all the way, and then we'll see what happens at the end.
Yeah, yeah. It's either that or you save fuel in front. Oh, why is there so much smoke there? Oh, right, it's this. Hang on. Oh my God!
Blue on blue.
It really is as well. Good grief.
Who was that?
That was, I think, Victor on Bram. I think. Yeah, it was. It was Victor on Bram. Well, they're gonna have to. Who's the team boss, Clyde?
That'll be Tony.
Oh dear. Well, they're gonna have to explain that away tomorrow morning, aren't they?
Yeah, you sort of. I don't know. It's like when you're racing your teammate, you sort of hope that your teammate can see that you're quicker and is going to, you know, help facilitate the pass.
I always could when you were my teammate.
Yeah. Yeah, that never quite worked, did it?
No, it didn't.
We were probably the worst teammates ever.
Thanks. Who was that getting well out of the way? Was that Stacey?
That was Stacey, yes.
Eh? Why is he giving so... Oh, has he got a slowdown?
No, Stacey was a lap down, so maybe just getting out of the way.
He's on the same lap. He's on the same lap.
He's on the same lap as Sam, isn't he?
Yeah, what was that about? I've not got any off tracks or anything like that. Did you just get the corner wrong?
Probably just got out of shape, I would have thought.
It's finally turned up on my screen. I don't know why Sambusin still look... Oh, what have I pressed there? Hang on. You need to keep me off this grape juice, Clind. It's too healthy for me. I'm supposed to press that. And I want to be here. That's a slow-moving car. Oh, Sambusin had to do a last-minute detour.
Yeah, something going on there, isn't there?
Yeah, and nothing weird that's caused any other incidents on the event tracker, so...
That looked like somebody trying to shed a slowdown and keep out of the way at the same time.
Yeah, and they can never do it in style, can you? No. You're always tripping over somebody. Ooh, that's... eh? Tell me that's not... Andrew Wood getting overtaken already by his teammate Simon Trendle. Wow.
It is.
Are they that far up the field already?
Red mirrors.
Yeah. And the top two are still inseparable. That's what 0.3 of a second, nearly 4 looks like. We are 38 laps into what is going to be something over 100, right?
Yeah, there was a bit of debate earlier on how many laps this was going to go, but it's going to be somewhere between 100 and 110. That's really helpful.
It's really not. Alan Toon says Johnny is cranking it. I'm not sure what that means.
Johnny's just cranky.
Yeah, cranky. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. He's 7 seconds adrift from Simon Trendle at the moment. He does, though, have 6.5 seconds nearly over Tony Klusterman, who's just put Alex Savillano-Ledo... Oh, he hasn't actually just put him behind, but he is behind. Alex is catching him.
Yeah, Alex looks quick.
He does, yeah. He's got good control of that Mustang, that's for sure. And he's right on him now. Good grief, he nearly pushed him around that corner, as is... Oh, I don't know where to look like. It's one of these situations again.
Well, Alex looks very quick mid-corner.
Yeah, but Simon looks like he's about to do naughty things to the back of Kenzie's car.
I can't see why he would do it.
No, neither do I, but he's looking like he is. Does Simon see a threat from someone else? Is Johnny Brandon attempting to cut out an entire pit stop?
Johnny has took a second out of them since the pit stop.
Oh, right, so he's not doing that then.
But yeah, it's not like he's taken a second a lap out of them.
No. Weird. So, in other news, we need to have a discussion about how we're going to do a podcast about the world's ugliest car.
Yes, we do. I think we save that till Christmas.
Right, okay, fair enough. Let's do it at Christmas then. I've got a big list now. I've been working on it for months.
I did actually see a really ugly car the other day, but I couldn't get close enough to it to see what it was called.
That's class.
It was awful.
Some of the electric ones that they've invented are just hideous. What the hell are they doing? Then they said something else then, but... Right, so Simon not really doing much with Kenzie at the minute. Kenzie really has, in my opinion, Kenzie's got the massive advantage at the minute. And I don't know why I think that either. That's the problem. Oh no, who's that?
That's Bram going round on his own. I was just about to say that Bram Dubois is the next one to be lapped, and he then threw it off the road all on his lonesome.
Yeah, and well done to Johnny for reacting well. And is that Fabian? It is. It's Fabian.
It is, yeah.
I don't know why it just moved on my screen, but there we go. Fabian gets a position from Bram for that.
Yeah, next one up the road for the leaders is Ant Woodward.
Yeah, and oh, Fabian, what are you doing? Fabian, left, left. There we go. Right, okay.
He must have a metal detector on the front of his car. He's just looking for treasure.
Yeah. Right. You want the grey stuff, mate. Grey, not green. Grey. He's got issues, hasn't he?
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen anybody do Sandown like purely on the grass before.
It's grass down.
Grass down. That's brilliant. Love it. And into the pits. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a problem there.
There is. Sad, really. Oh, Christ, who's that? Who is that? Is that Bram again? It is, yeah. Bram doesn't like turn 3, does he? Or turn 4? What is that? That is turn 4. I've just checked on the track map. I think he's going to put a petition in to remove it, Clyde.
Possibly. I don't know whether he was attempting to get out of the way.
Well, that's a bit extreme, but there you go. Fabian's still in the pits, doing his thing.
He certainly did get out of the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was absolutely in a very convincing way. So Alex Lado still playing at the minute with Tony Cleveson, who's gone like the most defensive you can go at Sandown.
So we're not halfway through yet.
No.
Just looking at the incident count.
Oh, really? Excellent.
We have a driver on 19.
Sorry, I thought there was going to be death here. Sorry, 19. 19?
19.
Well, surely they've been in the pits then.
We have one on 17.
Right.
And one on 16.
Okay. As Alex Savillano Lado takes... what's that? 4th place from Tony Cleveson. Nice overtake.
Yeah, that's been coming for a while, hasn't it?
It really has, yeah. Right, carry on.
Yeah,
hang on. We changed the rules, don't we, for endurance race incident points before penalty?
Yeah, they've got 20.
Oh, so somebody's got one to play with. Okay, right, fair enough. We once did this before, folks, and in innocence we said who it was, and of course somebody give them a bump and run. I've not been near that screen all the time. Never mind. So yeah, someone gave them a bump and run, and they were penalised appropriately, and it changed the course of the race, really, didn't it, Clyde?
It did, which is why we don't name names now.
Yeah. Right, this is on Wood. Said that slow, don't know why. On Rob Venn. I don't know why Tyler feels the need for multiple marriages. I mean, I'm sure bigamy is pretty much illegal in most countries, right?
Is he a Mormon?
He might. Oh, it might be. I thought that was just like have lots of kids. I don't know.
I don't really understand.
We can just plead ignorance, Clyde. It's fine.
Whatever was up with Fabian, we've lost him.
Oh, he's gone, has he?
I have cheesecake.
I've got a bottle of wine that... I think they make wine bottles smaller these days. It ran out a little while ago, and I don't know why. I think someone might have drilled a hole in the bottom of it. Right, what's going on here? Sam Boozen has found state. Why did Sam not get his car repaired in his pit stop?
Maybe it's just handling okay.
Well, it's certainly. There's a lot of smoke there. Who was that creating smoke? Oh, you are joking.
Like Bram again.
I'm afraid it is. And on the same turn again. Turn 4. He's done this. Didn't he do that before?
Oh.
Oh, right, okay. Well, it's going at least, so hopefully he can figure out turn 4 before the end of the race. Victor Tanaka's another one that the damaged model is saying he didn't get it repaired on my screen, but he must have done, right?
You would have thought so. Again, it really depends on...
God almighty. That was... You know how he was saying about sends from a different postcode? Well, yeah. I think Ant Woodward sent that from Wrexham, but we're in Sandown. Sorry, do go.
No, I was going to say with the fast repair, sometimes, you know, it looks worse than it actually is, and you might think, you know, I've got a big crash in me tonight, I'll save it for that.
Yeah. I've never felt like that, Clyde. I don't know what you mean.
Daytona Road course was always one for me.
Yeah.
I knew at some point I was going to die at turn 1.
Oh no, for me. Turn 1's alright for me. It's the rejoin to the oval that gets me every time. It's like turn 8 or whatever. And my car just wants to over-rotate every single time I do that particular corner. Oh my god, Ant Woodward, what are you doing? Oh, every bit of me just tensed in a way that I'm not quite comfortable with.
Yeah, I would always ride with minor damage at Daytona Road, knowing that...
Is that what you call it, is it?
Yeah, I needed my fast repair later on in the race. So we are creeping up on halfway.
Yeah. So this is Bram in. He was in early last time, so it's only expected that he's in the first or the second. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Is that Ant Woodward? Yeah.
That is Ant Woodward, isn't it?
He's had some strange lines into an overtaking attempt on the last few laps, so maybe he's well, the behaviour of that car says he's driving a bit angry now.
Destroying everything on my desk, trying to get to my cheesecake.
That doesn't sound like a food-focused person at all, Clyde. Johnny Brandon, has he still got the fastest lap of the race? Let's have a quick check of that. Yes, he does, and it's still the lap he put in earlier. Faster by 7 thousandths of a second over Simon Trendle.
Well, obviously this is over almost a full stint, but when the pit stops were finished, Johnny was 8.8 seconds behind Simon. He's now 6.3.
Oh, right, yeah. 5.8 according to my screen. But yes, the point is well made. He's definitely reeling him in very, very quickly, and this is very, very on. This is Vincent Skilbeck, who's caught up with Bob Woodhouse. I was just looking down and seeing that Sam Boozin and Stacey Boyd have been changing places regularly. And Vincent's got this done, I think. That's nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very
move.
nice. Love it. Can't get cleaner. Oh, what have you seen? What have you seen?
We have a black flag.
Oh, we have we? It's not this one.
No, it's Bram.
Oh, well, he's been around a few times, that's for sure. Let's just keep going on Bob Woodhouse before we watch the drive of shame.
Well, weirdly, it's not showing it for incident points.
Eh? What else can you get a black flag for?
Oh, he's just been in the pits.
Has he? Oh, right, he's been pit lane penaltied.
I think so.
Let's have a look. Nobody else is in the pits. There is a battle going on between Rob Vennon and Woodward still, but we'll see what happens here. Is he going to be given a stop and go? No, he's taking tyres. What? Eh? Somebody needs to tell me what's going on, because I ain't got a clue. As usual. Right, let's go back to watching Vincent. He's popped up for tyres, Clyde. That's not a penalty he's serving.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what the flag is for.
No,
it's
it never does.
There's a black flag.
Yeah. Unless he's forgotten to turn his tyres off, he's going to do his tyres, do his fuel, and serve his penalty all in one.
Yeah, we'll have to see how long he's in there for.
Yeah. "45 seconds is how long he was in pit box for. He's now leaving. Oh, eh? What? That's weird. It says he's left the pits on one screen and he's not moved on the other. Eh? What's going on here? Oh, that was his last one. Oh, right, okay, that makes sense.
Well, whatever it was, his black flag is cleared.
Right. The lead is high up, Clyde.
It's not really, though.
It kind of is.
No, because he's not doing anything with it.
Yeah. Do you think he's just getting set ready for pit stop?
Yeah, I think this is purely psychological.
Oh, okay. Now you can see in the background, Johnny Brandon has got that lead down to only 5 seconds. He's there behind those other two cars. 4.7 seconds now. As the world's greatest quitter enters pit road, Colin. Oh, and Tony Klosterman. It's quite a steep incline, isn't it, into pit road?
Yeah, it's not a difficult entry though, is it?
No.
It's like sleeping with a porn star.
Oh my God, we are so getting shut down. Oh dear.
See that lead at the front. Simon gets right up behind Kenzie and then backs off, and then gets up behind him and backs off. I don't know if there's any advantage to trying to put a move on him and getting into pit lane first. I don't think so, because he went into pit lane first last time, didn't he, and came out second. So.
Yeah, but I think there is an advantage. I think the advantage is be at least under the rear spoiler of the car in front as you enter pit road, and you'll come out in front of them. I think that's the advantage, unless he wants to be there. Maybe he wants to do 2 stints of following Kenzie round, and then, surprise, I'm in front at the start of the final stint, and he's away down the road. I think that's the only way that it's working like that. Hang on. Whoa.
So this is a drive-through penalty.
There you go. That's the black flag, right?
No.
What? I don't understand.
No. Well, so Bram was on 19.
Yes.
And a black flag came up, and I'm like, surely I didn't set it to 19 instead of 20.
Yeah.
But I think he did something in his pit stop which gave him a black flag.
Oh my god.
Then somewhere else he's had a spin which has took him over the 20 mark and got a drive through.
I'm going to hell because I shouldn't be laughing. Okay. Professional, Pete. Professional. Right. Okay. So, interestingly, on a different topic, because I have to talk about something else before I laugh again. Simon Trendle is staring at a 0.9 of a second gap between himself and Kenzie, who's definitely trying to break the toe now. I think he's sizing him up for a pit stop. And I think Kenzie wants the advantage of about a second going into the pit box in order to stay ahead after the pit stop.
Yeah, you could be right, because, that's how he got past Simon on the last set of pit stops.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
He's trying to negate that option, isn't he?
I mean, in terms of getting yourself lots of footage on the race, they're doing the right thing, right?
And he's in now.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I thought he was going in then.
Ooh, who's that? Tony Kloosterman, fastest lap of the race. What?
Yeah, he's on new rubber.
Ah, okay, yeah. Full tank though.
Yeah, new rubber, full tank, clear track.
Yeah. Alex Lado, Andrew Wood, pit stops. But Tony Kloosterman, we used to see him doing fastest laps every race, and then we saw him not doing that every race, and now we're seeing him doing them again. What?
Well, Tony switched out of the Rift, hasn't he, back to triples.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't cope with it even for one race. I tried it one race, and that was enough. I couldn't do it. It made me seasick. You did VR for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't have any problem at all racing. I did make the mistake when I first got it of downloading an international space station thing for it, and I was properly sick.
No, you told me about that one.
Yeah.
That was class. That was brilliant.
The only trouble I ever had racing in the Rift was taking all the skin off my knuckles.
Oh, I remember that as well.
I had an itchy knee, and I tried to scratch my virtual reality knee.
Yeah. I was in the race with you that day.
And took all the skin off my knuckles on my keyboard mount.
So, Tony Kloosterman, has he done his second pit stop? Yes, right.
Yes,
so Alex was ahead of him before the pit stops, and now he's behind him after the pit stops. So Tony's pulled a blinder here. Tony
was in just before the hour mark, so he's probably got 4 or 5 laps on his tyres now. So
let me have a quick check, because this is interesting. He pitted on lap 52, and the car behind him, Alex Savolano-Ledo, pitted on lap 55. Excuse me. 3 laps fresher tyres, and this is door to door, side by side, and Alex wins. Or does he? Oh yeah, he does. I thought Tony was going to come out of turn 4 full beans and get alongside him and overtake him. Not to be the case. Rob Venn, that is, behind the Penrite sign. Pitted for new stuff.
Yeah, so top 4 have not been in, have they? Top 5 actually.
Top 5, yeah. Simability still sporting the Bill barbecue livery on the front of their bonnets, by the way.
Very good.
So you can see, folks, on your track map in the top right corner over the screen, most of the cars on the same area of the track. A few stragglers around Sandown. It's not a massive track, we said that before. It's about 2 miles as a full lap. So it keeps everybody pretty much together.
Yeah, that gap to Johnny Brandon in third has just gone out by nearly 2 seconds.
Yeah, 6.7. Anything on my track? On my event tracker rather, let me have a look. No. All I've got is Vincent in the pits, Rob in the pits, Jamie in the pits, that's it.
Yeah, maybe just had a small error.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he's not done his next round of pit stops. Maybe he's reached the end of the tyre life, and it's become a bit of a monster to handle. I don't know.
Have a look what his lap time is this time round. 1:08. No, it's not that, unless it was a previous lap. Let me go back and have a look at his laps. See if there was a rubbish one.
From what I'm observing at the minute, his rear tyres are jelly fried.
Yeah, there's nothing naughty really in his lap times.
No, just losing tenths here and there.
Just struggling with traction by the looks of it.
Yeah, on board with Sam Booz in there. He's got his rear spoiler all fixed up now. So he's taking his fast repair at some point. That easier BSTV car is looking good at the minute.
Yeah, that could spell disaster.
You think?
Well, time will tell.
Understood.
Right, let me get back on the leaders on my screen, because they are eking it out as far as they possibly can.
Right, are you thinking they're in this, in this lap?
Yeah. You never know these two, do you? Because they're so good at fuel saving.
At the minute we've got Kenzie, Simon, Johnny, Greg and Victor that all owe us their second stop. Nobody is coming in at the moment. These will be the first of them that do if we are to mop up the rest of the races. Only Bram has been in 3 times and one of them was for a slap on the wrist. Here we go.
Yeah, both in.
Right, let's see if the situation gets reversed here. They have pit boxes next to one another, so it's dead easy to spot these ones. Johnny is in behind them, by the way, as well. There he is. We're going to watch these two. Johnny should pull up in view. There he is. Who do you think is going to go first, Clyde? I think Simon.
I'm not convinced. I think Kenzie had a bit of a gap, but then Simon could have saved more fuel. So, yeah, you could be right. It won't be Johnny.
Oh my God, it's Kenzie. Right, okay, there you go. Couldn't have been closer. Johnny's out as well behind him. In fact, I've lost where my cursor is, so I can't select him. Oh my God. Everybody's done on their second stop line because that's Victor, and that's his second stop complete. Everybody's been in for the full cycle.
Yeah.
Whoa! Simon Trendle.
How far is Victor gonna drop? Only down to 9.
Yeah, not far, I don't think. No. He's recovering it well.
10th. Yeah, he's up there solidly in the top 10, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the middle of that big mess at the start, and I think he's done really well to get clear of the cars that were involved in it and get away. He's got quite a long time, a big jump back to Rob Venn behind him as well.
Yeah, Rob Venn's a lap down, isn't he? So they're not even in the same race at the moment.
No, there's 1 minute and 17 seconds between this boy here, Victor Tanaka, in 10th, and this boy here, Rob Venn, in 11th. All eyes look towards these two. Kenzie Newhoff leading his first race back with us since he quitted the last time, and Simon Trendle, who is the championship leader, being a bit schooled at the moment by Kenzie, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. It would be nice to know what happened in that stint. You know, did they both fuel save? Did Kenzie go quick enough that Simon couldn't fuel save? That is, to me, that is a psychological point to Kenzie.
Yeah.
You know, getting the jump on Simon in the first round of pit stops, and then you would think it would reverse in the second round, but it didn't. So is this going to make Simon try and fuel save more? Is it going to make him go, do you know what, sod the fuel saving, I want past? But what we do know is there's going to be another pit stop.
And the other thing we do know is that Johnny Brandon's the fastest man on the track by an entire single solid 10th on that last lap over Simon Trendle.
And probably the grumpiest man on track as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I think there's a few people up for that particular accolade, but as it stands, Johnny Brandon, fastest car on track, is still within view. He cut it down steadily last stint, so that he wasn't that far behind, but it's gone out since the pit stops. He was faster in the pits and through the pits than Simon Trendle was by 1.1 seconds. Simon Trendle was stationary less time than Kenzie, but Kenzie's pit lane time was less.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of psychological gamesmanship goes on.
Yeah.
You know, take a second less of fuel, gain a second and a bit in the pit stop, get the guy in front of you thinking, what did I do wrong? How come he's got that second on me? And then, you know, try and save that second back as the stint goes on. There's all sorts that, you know, shenanigans, we'll call them, goes on inside these cars. I'm just having another look at the incident points. We have another driver on 19.
Oh dear. Right, okay.
Oh,
wow. Kenzie Newhoff, fastest lap of the race, 1:07.3.
Yeah. Is he going to try and break Simon Trendle?
If you're going to do it, this is a stint to do it, right? This is the penultimate stint.
Yes.
You've got to break him now and then
Yeah.
have an easy run to the end. That's the idea, right?
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, identical lap times from Simon and Johnny that last lap round. Why have we got two columns showing the same thing? Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, Johnny, 5.7 behind Simon. If I'm honest, I don't really think Johnny is in this race for the lead. I think he's tried to be.
No, yeah, he has, yeah, but it's not happening at the minute.
They're all pretty much on the same tactic, but this is the interesting bit. Like you said, Kenzie is banging in some quick laps now, and he's going to try and break Simon's resistance. Doesn't look like these two are going to be doing any fuel saving at all in this stint.
I don't know how they can, and there would be no advantage if they did. Well, maybe they would. I don't know. But unless Simon's like fully bolted to the underneath of Kenzie's rear spoiler and saving fuel in that way, that'll get him the advantage in the start. He'll get out ahead. Track position is king. All that sort of stuff. It does look like Kenzie's got this absolutely bottled up, doesn't it?
Nicole Foggy's joined the chat and said Johnny will catch if he goes faster.
Well, words of wisdom from the Scotchman. But he's not going faster for some reason. I wonder why. I don't know.
Old age.
Old age. Why isn't Nicole racing with us? Is it too much book fast, do you think? Clyde?
Could be.
Or battered sausages, or battered pizza. Oh, Johnny, where you going, mate? Oh, good grief.
I see another one the other day.
Go on. Mars bars? What the hell?
No. Colin the Caterpillar cake.
That's been around for ages.
Deep fried Colin the Caterpillar cake.
Deep fried?
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with these people? Nicole says XFL will not forgive me if I start the story. Well, that just means that we're going to make it up, right, Clyde?
What?
I don't know. Long story short, I spent over 2,000 hours messing with my pedals and finally gave up. It's a silly thing. He was complaining too much about trying to fix his pedals. So they all got bored of him. Don't know if that's the truth. What do you think?
Well,
I call male cow poo.
Oh, old man O'Connor's awake from his nap.
Is he? Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Good evening, good morning, good night, whatever. It's amazing what Sanatogen can do at 20 to 9 at night, right?
I'm not 100% sure that Kenzie's breaking Simon as quickly as he wanted to.
No. I mean, they are putting blisteringly fast laps in. Oh, sorry, I thought Vincent was going to pit road. It was an SDK thing. Apologies. I should know by now to ignore it. I've ignored it all race, and that one caught me out.
So I can safely tell you that Bram Dubois is currently trying to clock up his second drive-through.
Oh. I shouldn't be laughing. Stop it. No. Yes. Okay. Nicole says he started messing about with them last year to fix his back problems. And he gets more control, but he couldn't get them right.
That sounds like a lame excuse to me.
Do you say it sounds like a lame excuse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to go visit the big boys' room. I'll be back shortly. I'll let you talk nonsense for a few moments.
Not a problem there at all. So, lap 71. 1 hour 21 into a 2-hour race. Kenzie Newhoff took the lead at the first round of pit stops and has been in the lead ever since. This is the biggest gap that we've seen up front. It's going between 0.8 of a second and 1.2 seconds. To us, it looks like Kenzie is trying to get away from Simon, but Simon doing a good job keeping around that 1 second mark. Johnny Brandon currently third, and quite a distant third, especially for Johnny as well. He's nearly 10 seconds behind Simon Trendle. Alex Alado is fourth, Tony Kloosterman fifth, Jamie Wilson is sixth, Bob Woodhouse seventh, Vincent Skilbeck eighth, Greg Carr ninth, and Victor Tanaka rounds out your top 10. Top 10 are all on the same lap. Everybody else is a minimum of 1 lap down. Everybody does owe us another pit stop, and I expect to start seeing them in about 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. Apart from the leaders, they will probably be going till 1 minute 40 maybe. Kenzie can't quite shake Simon. I think if he could get him out of the toe, he may be able to start eking out that. But Simon will be in with the shout as long as he's sort of no further back than he is now. But these two are putting on a bit of a masterclass tonight, driving and tactics.
And I'm back.
Roger Dodger. Yeah, I was just saying, Pete, that I don't think Kenzie, I think, has tried his best to lose Simon, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this before, right? Somebody tries to break the car behind. It works for maybe a lap or two, and then it slowly disappears, their advantage, and this is what's happening now, I think. At the end of the day, everybody starts equally in this. Same tyres, same cars, even the different looking cars are the same, right? So it's going to come back at you as a balance at some point if you're very, very well matched like these two clearly are.
Yeah, and it's, it ebbs and flows, and I just, it's nice to see Kenzie back. It's nice to see Kenzie putting it to Simon, but it's also nice to see Simon hasn't, not cracked is the wrong word, but he's clearly not settling for second place. He still wants the race win.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, he's out in front in the championship. He's the reigning champion. He's doing all the right things. Oh, what's that? Is that Sam Boozin?
I believe it was.
On a pit lane disaster. I mean, entry. Give me a minute. It's not coming because it's in pit lane. It doesn't see it as an incident, but I think it was. Just give me a minute. You're gonna have to tell me to stop laughing in a second, by the way.
Oh dear lordy.
Do you know what? I've not seen that happen for years. Where the front of your car gets grabbed by the barrier.
Yeah.
It used to happen a lot.
He did actually block pit entry for a second there as well.
Yeah. Wow. And he's not going to get a free repair again.
No, he might have got away with that, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah, it wasn't that. It's a bit scuffed, isn't it? But
yeah, there's not a lot of damage.
Nothing missing.
No. Not that we can see anyway.
Apart from a bit of talent, obviously.
Well, yeah.
And I bet he's sweating like a stuffed pig in that VR.
I bet he is as well. It's horrible, isn't it? My eyeballs, I did it once. My eyeballs were on fire. It's like someone was trying to fry them. I don't know how these guys do it, you know. Still quite a lot of people do VR, isn't there?
It's weird because you actually get used to it. I used to do all sorts of things like putting a wet flannel on my head to keep me cool and
really?
stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, okay.
Like fans blowing at your face.
Right.
So that your eyeballs might be on fire, but your face your chin had icicles dripping off of it.
Oh, and Woodward into the pits. New shoes. Right, this is starting to come together again. It was 0.3 of a second, one blink of an eye ago.
Yeah, I converse to Kenzie's tactic of trying to break away, I think Simon's tactic has got to be, I need to get past him. If we go into the pits together again, there is no reason why Kenzie can't get out in front of me.
Yeah.
However, what I will add to that, both of these, well, not just these two, a lot of drivers in this series, but especially these two, are very good at under-fueling the car and then saving it within the stint. So we might get that tactic in this race if they both go in together for the last stint, who undercuts the other one on fueling, and then do they both get to the end of the race?
Yeah. I think history has told us already that Kenzie will get out of the pit box faster, or earlier rather. Earlier, that's a better way to describe it. Which means that Simon needs to be, I think, pretty much stuffed under his rear spoiler, like I was saying before, or ahead of him, like you were just saying. I think the advantage is only with the guy in front, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, isn't it? Because, like I say, I fully expect that these two are not going to. If they pit with, I don't know, say they pit with 20 laps to go, I'm pretty sure that they're going to fuel for 19 laps or 18 and a half laps.
Yeah.
So, does one blink? Does the other one not blink? If one underfuels and the other one doesn't, the one that underfuels will go out in front, but then the one behind can push them really hard and make it really difficult for them to fuel save that bit back. There's still a lot tactically going on in this race.
Yeah, and I don't think that Johnny Brandon's got third place all sewn up either, because that was Tony Clouston in the background disappearing from behind Alex Lado, and you can see that Tony Brandon? Who's Tony Brandon, Clive?
Don't know, but that could be an interesting partnership.
Yep. Johnny Brandon is not that far ahead of Alex Lado now, and Alex Lado is turning faster laps than Johnny. So,
yeah.
Will that come to something? We see this so many times, don't we, with these endurance races? We get a bit of a boring middle of the race. We've not got that necessarily this time. We're not getting any overtakes, but Simon Trundle and Kenzie are on the same bit of tarmac. But there's a lot of people about to come out of their second pit stops in a heated battle, I think.
Well, Johnny Brandon's setup doesn't seem to be very good on old tyres.
No, he seems to lose out at the end of the stint, doesn't he? Definitely. laid out, who I've just mentioned, pitting ever so slightly earlier potentially than Johnny Brandon.
Yeah, so he could get a bit of an undercut, get a bit closer to Johnny, maybe even get...
Oops.
Will he get past him? I think the trouble is Johnny's going to have decent tyres getting on towards the end of the race, so I think if Alex does manage to get past him, he's going to have a hell of a job defending to the end.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me what a fruit is, by the way. I don't mean like apple, orange, etc. Lane O'Connor has just described Nicole as a fruit in the chat. You'll have to read the rest of it for yourself, but I've never heard that terminology before, but it sounds like it could be funny. He's either tried to type fool and got it completely wrong, or that is actually something.
It's got to be a Scottish something.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Oh, Kenzie's made a mistake.
What? I was on it pretty quick, but it didn't look like it was a massive mistake, but it might be enough.
Yeah, turn 4.
There is nothing on the tracker at all. I don't mean that. Nothing at all. Kenzie, nothing at all.
Looked like he carried too much speed, went over the curb onto the grass and handed the lead to Simon Trendle.
Right, okay, well, in that case, I think Simon Trendle's playing top trumps here. Here we go, this is it, we're on.
Both in.
Now, Johnny Brandon, what does he do? Goes again. Victor Tanaka. That's not a car he's racing for position. That is a lap down car, and that is, I think, who is that? It's not Andrew Wood, is it? No.
Right, Simon Trendle out first.
Whoa, here we go. Yep. Kenzie out second by some way as well. So what did you see happen to Kenzie, sorry?
It looked like he tried to carry too much speed through turn 4 and then shot over the curb on the outside onto the grass, and then obviously had no traction in the acceleration zone.
Right.
I'm now wondering if, as predicted, did Simon Trendle underfuel slightly? Kenzie is possibly overfueled so that he can go 100% back at Simon to try and get this lead back.
Absolutely could happen. Johnny Brandon has now lapped up to and included Victor Skilbeck in 8th place, Clyde.
I have no idea who Victor Skilbeck is.
Vincent Skilbeck. Oh dear, I've got one of those staring at 2 name problems. It's not like I get names right all the time, is it? It's not a surprise.
So Simon Trendle has got a 4-second lead.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Expect some purple from Kenzie.
Or some incident points. I don't know. Let's see. If Kenzie made... What?
Get yourself on time.
Boozing?
Yeah.
What did he do?
A drive of shame.
Oh, nice. Where's he getting those from then? Everywhere. Simon Trendle did the fastest lap of the race, and then Kenzie annihilated it, Clyde. He's annihilated it.
What I expected.
1 minute 6.9. The only driver in the 1.6.
There is no underfuel in Kenzie Newhoff's car.
No.
He is going 100% all the way to the end.
But 4 seconds before that, oh here we go. 4 seconds before that was a fastest lap from Simon Trendle.
Yeah.
This is very exciting, Clyde.
Yeah.
See it from all the camera angles. There we go. There we go. That's all of them. That's all my camera. I haven't got any more.
So there you go, folks. That's what happens when you have no talent.
Stacey Boyd out after his pit stop. Right, let's have a look at what's going on here. Johnny Brandon is your race leader, folks. He owes us another pit stop. He's got that is a lapped Vincent Skilbeck behind him, using him as a tow. Oh, hang on. Where? Where's Kenzie gone?
Kenzie.
Kenzie's gone. He's gone. Gone.
He's not just out, he's out.
Out, yeah, like when you take the single key out when you go for a drink. Has he had an internet failure?
Don't know. Just said he is manually disconnected, but then it said that for Michael as well, so
right.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Well, that's spoilt our fun for sure. And he's plummeting down the order. What the hell?
Yeah, he's gonna go all the way down to 16th, isn't he, eventually?
Well, yeah, that's the last car that has either quitted out or had a technical failure before him. Sorry, I was trying to find out if I could solve the situation in some way. There's no way I can do anything about that. Johnny Brandon still owes us a pit stop. He's still our race leader. He's in the thick of some traffic at the minute. He is 17 seconds ahead of Simon Trendle, but a pit stop will cost you the best part of 40 odd seconds. So,
well, I don't think it's going to cost him as much, is it? Because he's not going to need to take as much fuel with only 20 minutes left.
Right.
But I'm barring any mistakes, I'm giving the race win to Simon Trendle. The interesting battle is going to be for second, I think, between Johnny and Alex.
Yeah, Alex not that far behind if you take into account the pit stop time. He has a 42-second gap between him and Johnny Brandon, and a pit stop can be anywhere really between 39 and 44. You would expect Johnny to be on the fast side of that, so I think this one's going to be a hot one, Clyde.
Well, Alex's only hope, I think, is when Johnny coming out behind him, because Johnny will be on pressure rubber, and he will, if he's in front of Alex, he will pull away. Yeah. If he's behind, Alex can, defend as hard as he possibly can. It still might not be enough against pressure rubber, but at least it gives him an opportunity to take second place.
Yep, too right.
Is that Tony?
It was, yeah. Looks like he's struggling on the rubber he's got. Johnny Brown's staying out, up to this point at least. He is the only car on track that's not pitted for a third time.
I think he is going to have to pit this time. He must be on fumes by now.
Nope.
No.
Solar powered Brandon.
No, the car in front is Bob Woodhouse.
It is, yeah. So Johnny and Co have laps up to P6. And the battles are going to come to us thick and fast, I think, at the end of the race tonight, because there's a few that are starting to come together again. Vincent Skilbeck is closing on Bob Woodhouse for 6th place. It still shows Vincent with damage, but I don't think that can be real. He must have fixed it at some point. There is Andrew Wood back here, who has Ant Woodward ahead of him for position. Behind him, of course, is Simon Trendle, so just ignore that. But that is Ant Woodward, 1.07 seconds ahead of him. And Simon Trendle just behind Andrew Wood there. Don't think there'll be any resistance in that move.
You would hope so.
Well, yeah, you would hope so.
But I can't see it.
No. Vincent Skilbeck closing rapidly now on Bob Woodhouse. Isn't this weird? I've just moved from position 6 to position 7, and position 1 is ahead of them. I don't get that. My brain can't do that little bit of weirdness. They're both catching Johnny Brandon because he's on rubbish rubber. Freddie Van Eekhoven, where the hell are you and why aren't you racing in this league? See, he's shouting for Alex, but he could have been in Alex's position, right?
It could have been, yes.
But he's not racing.
No racy, no pointy.
Yeah, exactly. No Winnie.
No funny.
Exactly. No funny at all. So Johnny Brandon's still going. I'm not sure how he's going so many laps extra. This is the battle in hand though. This is Vincent Skilbeck and Bob Woodhouse. Vincent sizing himself up here for a 6th place finish. Apparently Freddie Van Eekhoven would only be on Kenzie's pace, which was nearly winning the race at one point.
Oh, it doesn't mean 16th then.
I think I don't know. It's either 1st or 16th. Freddie Van Eekhoven thinks he can do, but I don't know which. And Woodward has passed Andrew Wood for 11th place. What was that? Just exchange places.
Brandon's in the pit.
That's what it was. Sorry, yeah. He's leaving the pits now. Where is Alex Sevillano Aledo? He's not going to do this, is he?
He's trying.
He's trying, but that's Johnny there in the distance. An entire postcode away.
Yeah, I think Johnny will drive away.
Johnny's final pit stop was, well, for nearly 5 seconds faster than Alex's. So whilst Alex is still going to get a podium finish as long as he didn't do anything silly, he's not going to get a chance to have a go at 2nd place.
Vincent's car's looking a bit battered, but it's still got all the panels on for once.
Yeah. Well, it's got panels, but you can't read what it says. But yeah, the premise is still true. Bob Woodhouse consolidating a position that'll get him decent points and hopefully keep him within that third place position in the standings. His consistency is good, but I do feel like he should have been in the top 5 to keep that position.
Do you know, I was just going to say that the trouble is Bob's done so well recently, it's disappointing to see him in 7th.
Yeah. It's shocking when you've got to say that, though, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Last season, you would be saying Bob Woodhouse is in 7th. He's had a really good race, but because of what he's done this season, I'm looking at Bob Woodhouse in 7th and thinking, oh, he's had a bad race.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We've had drivers like this in the past, haven't we? Where we've been like, oh, he's only finished in 6th, and you're like, hang on a minute. Let's put that into perspective just for a second. Again, you know, it's like when Johnny Brandon doesn't finish in the top 3, or Tony doesn't, or whatever. You think, hang on a minute, they've had a bad race. Well, actually, 5th is really bloody good. In this place, 6th or 7th.
You raise everybody's expectations, don't you, when you start doing well?
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that these guys should be worried about is that is Victor Tanaka, and he's on it. He's putting in super fast laps, and he's got another 12 minutes in which to overhaul the gap he's got. So Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, I think he can probably do it as well.
I do as well. His lap times are absolutely stellar. Half a second or more per lap faster than the 2 cars in front of him. I think Victor Tanaka can get onto the back of Bob Woodhouse very quickly. He was very cool and controlled through that last turn, and his tyres are 3 laps newer than the cars in front of him at least.
Yeah, cool and controlled are not usually words you use in the same sentence as Victor Tanaka.
No, but look at what he did last time out.
I must admit that, you know, those 2 second places, yes, it was a bit of a masterclass by Simon Trendle, but they were probably the 2 most, if sensible is the right word, the 2 most conservative drives I've seen from Victor.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
You know, no disrespect to Victor, but it's win it or bin it usually.
He has been a lot like that. Yes, he's gotten under people's skin before for the way that he's driven. That doesn't mean that he's driven badly. It just means that he's very competitive and
he's a naturally aggressive driver. I think.
And you know, Johnny Brandon's the same in a different way. He's been very aggressive with people before on the track, but the way he approaches overtakes, it looks calm, doesn't it? It looks calm, it looks controlled, and then snap, he's there and he's on you, and it's still aggressive, just in a different way.
Just looking at that gap, Victor Tanaka is still catching Bob Woodhouse hand over fist.
He really is, he's catching him fast.
He literally just took 0.8 of a second out of him in no time whatsoever. I'm guessing that was a mistake from Bob.
Maybe. He may be trying a little too hard to get onto Vincent's rear bumper. Can you believe after all this time, what is it? We're at 1 hour 51 minutes now. Simon Trundle leads by 17 seconds nearly. No, 18 seconds nearly.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if Kenzie could have done anything. But obviously Rage quit after his mistake.
What was the mistake though? I don't even get it.
But that turn 4 thing.
It was nothing.
It was nothing in how bad mistakes can end up, but it was 4 seconds to Simon Trendle.
Yeah, okay. He's such a massive talent though, isn't he, Kenzie Newhoff?
Yeah, he is.
Just think, what on earth?
But he needs to do a full season.
Yeah.
And he needs to take the bad times with the good times.
Yeah, you can't take all the cream, can you? You know.
You're not going to win every race. Sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes you just have to admit that another driver was better than you.
Yeah.
But he's got the talent to be consistent for a whole season and take away a championship. But I don't think it will ever happen.
Well, in other news, Victor Tanaka has eliminated all that gap to Bob Woodhouse, and it's closed on him massively, and you would think that maybe there's an overtake imminent.
Bob's not going to defend this for 7 minutes, is he?
I don't think he can, or wants to. He's just let him go.
Yeah. Probably a wise decision, to be honest.
Yeah, without a doubt. Victor's so good.
He's got...
did you see those tyre marks on the grass? That had to be Vincent Skilbeck, surely. No, it wasn't. Oh dear. Oh dear. I shouldn't be laughing, but it was a surprise to me who it was. Oh no! That's so much worse than I expected it to be.
Second time, isn't it, in this stint?
Is it?
But what happened here?
Yeah. He kind of got out ahead of Vincent, and that was only just. Ooh! Wriggle.
But that has closed up Vincent and Victor.
Yes, it really has. Oh, hang on. Victor's in the pits. I don't. What's going on? What's going on, Clyde? Talk to me.
That is.
It's a driver's shame, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my word, Victor. No. Yeah, Victor. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. What's that? That's Vincent Skilbeck.
That's another one.
No, it's not. He's pitting the car.
He's got a meatball.
Oh, you're joking. Sandown has claimed again, Clyde. What is this?
Yeah, but what happened?
I don't know. I can't answer. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I can. Right. I think this is the start of it.
Okay, so that's Rob Venn behind.
Yeah, but they're not on the same lap. Oh no, they are on the same. Oh,
Ooh.
Eh? What?
He just carried on turning right.
Just a minute. I'm doing it manually. Yeah, that's one of them. That's just weird. And then this is the other one.
You know, I think that one took him over, or very
Whoa,
close to the
jeez.
point limit.
Oh, no. Ow.
And that one
Well, that's a
gave
4x.
him the meatball.
Yeah. 4x plus meatball equals pit stop. Yeah. Right, okay. That's very un-Vincent-like in recent races, I have to say. He's been absolutely clinical in recent races.
Well, that snuck Jamie Wilson up to 4th.
Yeah, it really has. He's 22 seconds behind Johnny Brandon in 3rd and in nearly 8 seconds ahead of Tony in 5th.
We got about 3 laps to go.
Yeah. maybe, no, yeah, 3. 4. I'm going to go with.
You reckon?
Not anymore. No, I just looked at the time.
Might be 4.
Maybe Vincent Skillback to pit road again.
This could be the drive-through.
Oh, you are kidding. So, is there? Do we have an award for most pit stops or not? He's way back now in 12th. That's a shame, isn't it? Because he was so competitive.
Yeah, only the top 6 on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's been a drama-filled race, that's for certain. Tony Klusterman here with Victor Tanaka in front of him. How many times have you ever said that?
Yeah, Tony's he's done quite well actually. He's up there in 5th. He's had a couple of spins.
Yep. He's done a bit of damage to the car in recent laps, but other than that, he's kept it pretty clean. He avoided all that stuff in the first 2 laps.
Yeah, I think he was lucky enough to be one of the cars in front of where it kicked off, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, yeah.
Another NQR car in the background there.
Yeah, who was that? Nothing on my tracker.
Yeah, no, I don't think they had a...
What was that, Alan Woodward? What was that? I don't think you can take that much liberty at that corner.
That was, yeah, a bit too... But Ant's had a quiet race, hasn't he? He hasn't been in the headlines.
He's been in some... when I say battles, he's been in close proximity with other cars. But yeah, he's not... He's kept it clean and tidy, if that's what you mean. Or he appears to have done, anyway. Some boozing is... Oh, go on. Oh, right, you were looking at Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victor's got a lot of damage to the front right of that car. Like, a lot of damage. It's properly caved in. I don't think that's going to help him at all. We do see with these fast guys that damage doesn't really impede them much, which is astonishing.
No, it's not astonishing, it's annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying, yeah. So, Alex Savillano-Lado is second in this race. When did that happen?
Yeah, good question. There must be a mistake from Johnny Brandon somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Leaders has just started the last lap. Oh, that was very similar to Tony's one.
It was identical, and the reverse is the same and everything. And look at this. Oh, hello.
Johnny has thrown away second place.
He kind of did, yeah. Shame, really. So, all the Hydra Race Racing Forces guys should be on the chat right now. Why is Freddie Ranikoven not texting something? I don't think there's any hope of Alex winning the race unless this boy here, Simon Trendle, manages to bin it. We are on the last lap, Clyde.
We are on the last lap, and we are into the last corners of the last lap. And there it is.
There's Barney.
Yeah, Simon Trendle follows up his double win at Jerez with a win at Sandown.
Alex Lado, some turns away from the end of the lap. Yeah, he's following Vincent Skillback, who is a lap down from him round the last few corners here. Last corner now, and then round this kink onto the start-finish straight to finish in second place. Alex Lado for Hybrid Racing Forces. That's a big victory, you would say. And then Johnny Brandon.
Throwaway Brandon comes home third.
Yeah, wasn't far from the end either, was it?
No, that was like second from last lap, wasn't it?
It was. Jamie Wilson brings home fourth place. Wow. I mean, it's no surprise really when you see this that Chimera lead the championship.
Actually, looking forward to watching Johnny stream.
What with the swearing?
I might just fast forward it to the end.
Yeah, don't put like an auto bleeper on his swearing, will you? Because you won't hear anything. Well, quite
everybody over the line.
I think it really is as well, yeah. Okay, let's have a look and see if it's made everything official yet. Not yet.
No.
Somebody has not dropped into the pits or done something.
It's alright, that gives me time to save the replay.
Good.
Move you over there.
No, it's still not. What's it doing? Still not giving us a result.
What have I done?
Who's doing the burnouts? Is it? I'm trying to find who's doing burnouts. They're in pit lane, which is annoying because I can't find who it is. They're literally in pit road doing burnouts. Who is that? Is it Ann Woodward? It might have been Ann, actually. Never mind. Why have I not get any race results?
Are you pressing the right buttons?
Yeah.
That's always the first question you have to ask.
Uh-huh. It's like there's somebody not finished. But everybody's finished.
Yeah, no, I don't think the session's clicked over yet, has it?
I don't think it has, you know. I don't know why. There we go. Finally. Good grief. How long did that take? Right, so I'll run through these and Clive can get ready with interviews and such. So your race winner for this endurance race here at Sandown for race 10 was Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. Alex Savolano-Lado finished second for Hydra Racing Forces with Johnny Brandon in third, rounding out the podium for X3R OAPs. A great result for Jamie Wilson in fourth for Team Chimera. Followed home by Tony Klusterman in fifth for NQR North America. Then a whole row of other NQR cars. Bob Woodhouse in sixth for Europe NQR. Greg Carr in seventh for NQR North America, and his teammate Victor Tanaka followed him home in eighth. Rob Venn finished ninth after all of that, which is a great result actually for BSTV Esports Green. 10th was Ant Woodward for NQR Europe with Andrew Wood. I think that's possibly one of Andrew Wood's best results. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but that's pretty impressive. 11th for Team Chimera. Vincent Skilbeck, after many drive-throughs, in 12th place for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Sam Booz in 13th for BSTV Esports Esia. Stacey Boyd in 14th, Bram Dubois in 15th for NQR Europe, and then Kenzie Newhoff was classified 21 laps down. Fabian Meyer 66 laps down. Michael Campbell 76 laps down after doing a great recovery drive. Phil Keck 99 laps down, and Lane O'Connor did not start. We did 105 laps.
Yeah, look, just from those results, you picked out Andrew Woods.
Yeah, sorry, I'll put him back. Yeah,
I think that shows what can happen if you stick to it.
Yeah, stay in it. Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew will freely admit he's not the quickest driver in the league. He's relatively new to the car. He doesn't get a lot of time to practice, but he stuck with it in a 2-hour race and come home 11th. So yeah, fantastic result. Michael Campbell, I was, it's bad when weather interrupts whatever you're doing. Be that swimming or sim racing. I'm gonna look forward to seeing him because, as you rightly pointed out, he was caught up in that mess at the start and then had started a fantastic recovery drive. So I think going forward, he's possibly going to be one to look out for. And the usual suspects, apart from those two, that stick with it and get good results. Your Rob Venns, your Ant Woodwards, and then Simon Trendle is Simon Trendle. Alex Lado probably decided he was going to come third, and then Johnny Brandon threw away second. So again, as we said right at the start, I think we was robbed at the end with Kenzie's rage quit.
Yeah.
But the tactical battle is what I look forward to. I think it's, I know we spoke about it for this season, and maybe I can find some time to sort it out for next season. But going back to when we had sprint and feature rounds, we had endurance rounds, and then we had the super sprint rounds, we basically had all the different categories of racing in the same series. And as much as I enjoy those really quick races, and you've got to take everything as soon as you possibly can, my favourite type of racing is this racing where it's tactical and you have to think, and your pit windows are wide enough that you go into a race with a tactic sorted out, and a quarter of a way through the race something happens and you've got the opportunity to change tactics, and you get the drivers that pit early, you get the drivers that pit late. Ultimately, does it make any difference? I don't really know, but it's just so much better than everybody pitting on the same lap, and then you might as well not have a pit stop.
Yeah, and I think the longer races favour those people that do stay in it, and the sprint races are great for those people who have short distance talent, and there are people like that. I don't mean that derogatory. I mean that in a positive way. That you've got people that are great at doing distance races and saving fuel and choosing the right tactic and saving tyres, and then you've got people who are brilliant at driving like super fast maniacs for a short amount of time cleanly, and winning races. I think that the mix of all the three types of race is really healthy because it brings different people to the forefront of the grid.
It certainly does.
I think so. I know some people don't like those super sprints, but I think they're a great addition to this league.
Yeah, but then
they were when we had them.
Yeah, some people don't like the endurance races, do they?
No.
But I'll tell you what, let's get these
let's do
interviews
it.
underway, otherwise it will be an endurance broadcast. So let me bring in, and I shall talk to him, Mr. Simon Trendle, race winner. Congratulations, and welcome to the booth.
Good evening. It's been a long evening.
It certainly has. So, interesting race. It looked like, and you'll probably tell me I'm totally wrong, that stint one, you was both trying to save fuel where you could. We did go on board with Kenzie, and he was definitely trying to save fuel. Then I don't know whether you were surprised by it, him getting past you in the pit stop. The second stint looked fairly even. The third stint, it looked like he tried to break you. He tried to get away and said, right, I'm not fuel saving anymore. I'm going to get out in front and not give you the option. And then obviously he made a mistake and rage quit, which gifted you, I would say gifted you the win. You possibly would have won anyway. Tell us about it from your side.
Yeah, pretty much that. To be honest, first stint, there was a remote possibility you could two-stop this, but it was going to require some immense fuel saving, like even more than Willow Springs, which was already pretty immense if you did that. So I decided it wasn't worth it, and obviously everyone else had as well. But I wasn't convinced. So I was in the first stint, I was trying to be fast enough to make it difficult to make that fuel number, while also just saving the amount of fuel that I'd have to take myself, because then that just reduces the gap. So I didn't save as much as I wanted to in the first stint compared to Kenzie, who obviously had my toe and was able to just do what I was doing in the second and third stints. So I wasn't surprised he jumped me in the pits. He'd obviously saved more fuel. Second stop, I was surprised that I was as second stint. I was basically making up the difference between the first stint. So and then the third stint as well, I was making up the fuel difference. And then he made that mistake. And then obviously that just cascaded into obviously more mistakes. So
yeah, as it does when you drive angry. On that third stop, did you underfuel your car? Because we saw Kenzie had a longer stop than you, and I was sort of wondering whether that was from Kenzie's point of view anyway. I'm just going to jam pack this car full of fuel and run at 100% for the rest of the race, hoping that Simon underfueled his car a little bit and has somehow got to try and save something somewhere.
No, so in the third stint he did put the hammer down, but I'd found out in practice that even if you're about 1.7 seconds back, you still get quite a decent tow. So I was sitting around a second back, still doing the fuel saving, and then when he pulled like a few more temps on me, I just cut out a bit of fuel saving and pull that back gap a little bit back. So it was just making it difficult for him to really judge how much I was fuel saving, whether I was struggling. I don't know. Just wanted to try, but I wasn't short fueled for the end. I was maybe half a litre, but that comes back to you naturally as you catch traffic and you just have lower fuel consumption naps. So
yeah,
I ran out of fuel after the Valentine, so that's perfectly timed as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's right. Apart from our new rule that you have to have a litre of fuel left at the end of the race for a sample, so we're going to have to disqualify you.
Yes. There's a lot of other people that are going to run out of that issue then.
But we was just saying before we dragged you in, I personally enjoy the tactical side of these longer races. Trying to work out what people are doing and all the rest of it. Not only is it a great watch, but it's great fun when we get it wrong. From your side, do you prefer the longer races, the shorter races? What's your thing?
I don't know actually. I've done 24-hour races, 6-hour races, all that sort of stuff. I do like endurance racing, so this is this is fine by me. You know, I'll happily sit there and do 4 hours of a stint, a 4-hour driver stint in a 24-hour race, and do fuel saving the whole way through it. That focuses my mind, so that's fine by me. So I don't mind the longer races. I don't mind the shorter races. It's just one of those things. You just different skill sets.
Yeah, you got it there, folks. Simon Trendle, number one weirdo, likes sitting in the car for 4 hours. I couldn't think of it
I think
anything
the longest
worse.
stint I've ever done is 4 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're absolutely mental, mate.
I wasn't in VR though.
Anyway, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, everyone who turned up, because that was quite a sizable field. Saw quite a few of them at some point or another, and all the traffic wasn't jumping out the way, but was accommodating. So thank you. You guys for running the league, doing the broadcast, and shout out to Andrew Wood for making some decent progress today, because he was actually in the race and having a good battle.
Yeah, we was saying that. It just proves that when you stick with it, good things happen.
Yep, and we're going to an IndyCar track next, so hopefully even better for him.
Excellent. Okie dokie. Well, Simon Trendle, congratulations on yet another win, and we'll see you next time out.
Yep, see ya.
Right, next up for you, Pete. I might turn my headphones down because I think he's going to be a little bit excited.
No more than me.
It's second place, Alex Lado.
Alex Lado, let's go racing forces.
Hey, how are you guys?
Oh, that was a bit of a flop, wasn't it,
yeah, I expected them party poppers going off and trumpets and all sorts.
Let's go.
I expected at least this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll take it.
Hey, okay,
so not that one.
So oh dear. You do all our Twitter magic, and it's paying off in different leagues. And tonight you've managed to score yourself a second place, and that is it's not a miracle because you're a really fast guy. What it is very impressive, because that shows the consistency that Alex Lado can produce, and you carried damage right from the first lap, I think, because you had a bit of a door-to-door with somebody. You avoided the mass carnage that happened on the first couple of laps. You settled yourself in and did yourself a brilliant favour of getting a second place on the podium. Congratulations.
Thank you. I actually generated the chaos, probably. But yeah, that was really nice. I already knew that I had a good pace coming to the race, because we were doing the super softs, and I was comparing my pace with Kenzie's and Simon, and we're pretty much on the same pace. So I was impressed myself, but yeah, basically I knew I had good pace for this race, and I was hoping to start inside the top 5 and try to fight for a podium by fuel saving and everything. So yeah, not so surprised about the result. It was more like luck. Kenzie disappeared and Johnny had a spin, so yeah, I think P4 was my place today, because Johnny had poor matching pace basically. So
I don't think you can say those sort of things, can you, Clyde? You finished second.
Not when you finish second. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's just you being too humble. I think you need to celebrate these victories, because this is a victory. Let's face it. Second place in this league, given the people that you're racing with, that's a victory, and you need to embrace that. I'm pretty sure that Freddie Van Eekhoven, even though he's too scared to race in this league now, he's been on the chat all night. He will agree with me. Second place here is as good as a week. It's as good as a win, and you should embrace that and celebrate it as the win that it is, because that's fantastic, Alex. Absolutely sensational. When the likes of Johnny Brandon finish behind you, you can say, do you know what? He finished behind me because he spun. That's his problem. I came second because I didn't. Yay, get in. I didn't do any penalties. I didn't do anything else that was wrong. I think you've done spectacularly well. So talk me through the rest of your race.
Well, yeah. So like you said at the beginning, there was a bit of a tangle there. I got the clear because I thought, I was just focused on, I think it was Bob Woodhouse in front of me.
Yeah.
So I got the clear from Bob, and I knew I had Vincent behind me, and he was fighting Anthony. But then coming to turn two, I heard Potter saying like car on your right, but I already kind of launched the car, so I kind of cancelled the turn and tried to go wide. And actually we had space, but yeah, there was just net code, there a fair amount of net code, and I got sideways. Then I hit the curb with like locking the brakes, and that launched me against Anthony again, which launched Anthony against the wall, which caused all the chaos. And that gave me a little bit of damage, but actually I was pretty fine in pace. Didn't affect much. And then I was in a battle with Vincent, and we also got. He tried to launch the car at pretty much the only point of overtake after the S's, and he missed a bit the braking point, I guess, and we both went wide into the gravel. But yeah, he got more damage than I got, so I still had really good pace. And from then on, I saw I was catching up. Like I was faster than Tony, which was P4, and quite faster than who was that? Bob and Jamie in front of me. They were also battling a little bit, so I just thought, okay, I'll just full pace this stint, no fuel saving whatsoever. I'll catch up to them and stick to the slipstream, and yeah, then I'll fuel save for the rest. But then I found myself quite faster. Like I couldn't really go comfortable behind them because I was losing a lot of time for my liking, and I just thought, okay, I'll pass and try to get to Tony. I eventually got to Tony, and our pace was super matched up until that point. But when I got up to him, I don't know what happened. I don't know if, I have no idea. But all of a sudden, I had way more pace than him, and I thought maybe I can go for Johnny. And actually, I was catching up to Johnny, but he was also fuel saving most likely, and that was my objective from then on. Just try to catch Johnny by pure pace and no fuel saving at all. So, but in the last pit stop, he fueled way less than me. So I was going way faster than him every lap, like 3-4 tenths faster than him before he pitted the last time. But yeah, the time saved by fueling less, he pretty much came ahead like 4 or 5 seconds in front of me.
Yep, but then Johnny did make a mistake in turn. What's that? 1, 2.
Turn 1, yeah.
Turn 1 into turn 2. Yeah, proper rookie. Yeah, boo. But you capitalised on that and sailed through and got yourself a second place, which is brilliant. We should expect this of you every single race from now on. That's the way we work it, isn't it, Clyde?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, no.
So you're second place, Sabellano, from this point on. What did happen to Kenzie? Do you know? Because we don't.
Yeah, honestly, I was a bit lost because all of a sudden he disappeared from the Discord and the race at the same time. So I first thought, because I didn't hear anything from him or whatever.
Technical issue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he got disconnection or something, but then I was checking, and I think he might have gotten himself an early exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I just read he had enough. I don't know. I guess the race felt a bit long, so I guess missing the chance of fighting for the race win after like an hour and a half of fighting for it within the 10th. I guess. Yeah.
Sad if
Some
that's the
people
case. Yeah, sad if that's the case because he was giving us lots and lots to talk about for a very, very long time, and then it all kind of came apart. But never mind. We will look forward to the next time he races. Next time out, we are at. I've just looked and I've now forgotten. My God, my brain is so terrible. Long Beach. What a brilliant racetrack that is. I love it. I have had some absolutely brilliant races around Long Beach. This particular car is going to be a bit of a challenge around there. How do you go around Long Beach, Alex?
I'm fast.
Excellent. Yeah. That's what we want to hear.
I'm just I have easier. I find pace easier on street circuits because basically I see the limit with my eyes, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
the wall, so I think, okay, if I don't hit it,
If I don't hit
I'm
the
good.
wall, I'm good. Yeah,
Exactly.
Too right. Yeah, too right.
If it's a wide track, I may not see the lines so good as other people do, so I'm losing a couple of tenths there, like here and there. So street circuits, usually I'm closer to the people ahead, like faster people.
Cool stuff. Well, who do you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your second place here at Sandown?
Well, league sponsors of Hydro Race, NetLife, and iRace. Kenzie for joining, Phil for joining, even though he knew he wouldn't finish the race because he had some compromises. Frederick for watching, and everyone else who watched, and yeah, my family, friends, my girlfriend, and everyone. I didn't celebrate too much because I'm a bit sad today, having some issues going on. So yeah, just everyone who appreciates me.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you, and it's a shame that life can sting you like that from time to time.
Yeah.
Some of us have been there, some of us haven't, and are yet to get there, but it's part of life's journey, and it's a shame that we have to go through those sad times. So I appreciate the fact that you're not as bubbly as you normally are, and I respect that. And I'll be bubbly for you, yeah? So I'm going to be bubbly for Alex tonight, and I'm going to celebrate your second place the way it should be, which is with sounds like this. You might not want to do it, but I do. So we're gonna go with another air horn. Why not? Let's do that. So hopefully life is more favourable to you in the future. But both myself and Clyde understand what sadness is like, and at times you just got to face into it. It doesn't last forever, and hopefully the good times will flow after that. One of those good times is realising that this was the second place at Sandown in the V8ESC League, and that's worth celebrating. So I applaud you, Alex. You've done a great job tonight.
Thank you very much, Pete, and also Clyde.
No worries, dude. Catch you later.
See you. Thank you, guys.
So Alex Lado there. So next, let's bring in our third place driver, Johnny Throw It Away Brandon. Welcome to the booth.
Throw it away, Brandon. That's me.
So
I've never had it to throw it away, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you did.
It looked like you didn't have the pace of Simon and Kenzie, but you had a pretty much guaranteed third place. Then Kenzie had his moment and rage quit, and you had a pretty guaranteed second place, and then you threw it away. And interestingly, about 2 or 3 laps prior to your little incident, Tony Kloosterman had an identical incident. Is there something about that corner?
Yeah, it's very easy to do. If you get just onto the edge of the curb, it will go. So you avoid that. And funnily enough, I was literally on my stream going, oh, Tony's dropped back. He must have dropped it. Woo. Off I went. Literally, as I was talking about Tony doing it. Yeah.
I'm going to watch that, Clyde.
Yeah.
Do you like and subscribe?
It is worth a watch. I know I plug it all the time. Sometimes it's a bit boring.
Jesus, that was too long, that was.
But sometimes it is quite funny. So yeah, a bit of a lonely race for you.
Yeah, I was. I could keep up with them in the first stint, and then I made so many little mistakes, just little wheel spins. Not enough. It just wasn't good enough. Just too many tiny mistakes, and it dropped me off them after about 20 laps. I think I made quite a big one. Lost a rear big wheel spin going onto the straight, and once I lost the toe, that was it. And then they sort of give me a bit of false hope when they pitted early. I thought, oh, okay, this could bring me back. But then in the second stint, I could see I was catching them. And I thought, right, they're saving fuel. When they pitted the same lap as me, that was it. I couldn't save fuel. I think I had a very similar pace, but I couldn't save the fuel and do that. So, yeah, I had a bad strategy and too many mistakes, basically.
Yeah, but ultimately, it's still a podium finish. I know we're used to you winning races and things like that, but first season back, and going back to the start of the season where you said, oh yeah, I'm not going to do any good, blah 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 blah. It's still a good result. But
Yeah, but to be fair, I was expecting it when I said that I was going to be making mistakes, but I made a lot of mistakes in that race that I shouldn't have been doing. So.
it's an easy track to make mistakes on, though, isn't it? The high curbs. I said right at the top of the show, this track is not as easy as the track makes it look. It's probably one of the best shorter technical tracks that looks really easy, and drivers look at it and go, oh yeah, I'll do all right here, and then it's an absolute nightmare. But one nightmare to the next nightmare. Long Beach next.
Yeah, I think famous last words, I might prefer that. I think I remember that one. So yeah, try and get a bit of practice. It's a 3-week gap, isn't it?
It is, yes. I think there's I can't remember which special event, but there is a special event going on when in 2 weeks' time, so it's 3 weeks till the next one. But a track where you say you made a lot of mistakes tonight. Long Beach is one of those tracks, isn't it? You make a mistake there and you're dead.
Yes, but I don't think it's a weird track, this one, because it's all about traction zones and you have to maximise it. And if you mess it up in the slightest, you're done.
Yeah.
And then it punishes you for the next traction zone, because the tyres are hot, and you're just done. The pace those guys at the front had, you cannot afford to make little mistakes like that, because they were seriously quick. So Long Beach probably isn't as bad as that. It's like quite wide open medium corners. So apart from the final hairpin, which is the tightest corner in the world, but, yeah, it should be all right around there.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Okay, so before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
To you guys for doing the stream.
Not to Nicole, because
he's been beasting you. He's been beasting you.
He's going on about his pedals again.
It's the saddest thing in the world to see, isn't it? Someone like him has become an armchair expert. What is going on? It's it's easy to comment on other people when you're not racing yourself, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. He's just got two hands. Each one's got a kind of book fast in it. Isn't that right, Johnny?
Let's not start talking about what his hands are doing, because I'll say something.
Oh, really? Okay, fair enough.
I've got to give a shout out for the reason I had no practice, which is two of my friends, Pete and Tony. And they've had me busy looking for PCs and getting them set up on iRacing. So we might have a couple more Backfire racers coming soon. But I totally blame them for my rubbish racing tonight. And I hope they feel responsible.
We'll let you off if you're bringing new people.
Yeah.
You might have to give them a while, because they're pretty rubbish. They're worse than me at the moment.
Really?
Exactly. That's hard to believe, isn't it, Pete?
Damn, yeah. That's me.
But they'll be here soon, no doubt. It won't take them long. We'll get them in here in something. Maybe even the V8s.
Excellent news. Anybody else?
No, like I said, just you guys at Simability. Well done to Simon. Amazing pace. I would say well done to Kenzie, but it sounds like he quit, so I won't bother.
Yeah,
again. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's enjoying it at all. So, from one of his messages, so yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
If your head's not with it and your heart's not with it, then you shouldn't be doing it, should you? So
I probably was while he was leading. So, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that.
I second that opinion.
Yeah.
Well, to everybody else that finished the race.
Yeah.
Let's say
Excellent.
that.
Well,
and see you next time.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Johnny Brandon.
Good night, guys.
Okay,
it's a good point you made, though, isn't it? It's great while you're going fast. When you're not going fast and you quit, different.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we have no Jamie Wilson. So next up for you, Pete, is 5th place, Tony Kloosterman.
Oh, good evening, Tony Kloosterman. How you doing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, dear.
He's at that age, Pete.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The first thing I want to know is, did you say anything about my position in the race?
Yes.
And did you jinx me again?
No, we didn't actually mention it at all, did we, Clyde?
I
I don't think we did anyway.
No, I think we mentioned it after the fact.
Yeah, I think we
Right.
did. Yeah, when you
Okay.
finished. Yeah.
Yeah. I may have to watch the broadcast just to check.
I think we're innocent, Clyde. Let's stick with that
I,
line.
I honestly, I think we've got away with it
I
this
think
time.
we do as well.
Yeah.
You were doing brilliantly well, and you know, a massive hour and a half maybe had passed, and massively competitive. You missed all the shenanigans at the very start. You and Bob Woodhouse were away. That was in your rearview mirror. There was no issues from that. The rest of NQR had been caught up in it absolutely. I think there was like 5 cars in that massive carnage on lap 2. But you set off down the road. You were on your own for quite a long time, even between pit stops.
Yeah.
You know, I doff my hat to you that you maintained concentration when I definitely could not have done. Because you saw the back of Johnny's car from quite a distance for quite a long time, and then got yourself a little bit further ahead, if anything else. But then turn 1 got you at all the worst time possible, if you can have a worst time possible in the race, and turned yourself into the barrier.
Yeah.
Johnny Brandon did it the next lap, as in the next lap, but not enough to let you take any advantage from it. From my perspective, I think that's been a very successful race for you. I don't know what you think of it.
It was good, other than that incident and one
Yeah.
other one where I locked up a tire just near the end of the lap there and half spun. But yeah, it was a good race, all things considered. I had an hour practice yesterday and the SOF race yesterday, and decided that that set was garbage. Tried to build a new set this morning, and it wasn't too bad. So I was very pleased with where it was running and the lap times I was doing, and had a nice little battle with Alex there for a few laps. He had just had a little bit more speed than I did, but overall it was a good race, I thought.
Yeah, and you know, it's great to see you racing with the top 5 and in the top 3 and 4 for a lot of that race. No issues with pit stops, and you know, NQR are doing very well, and representing very well. The strength of field races that you were mentioning, they seem to be, you know, improving is I think a term that I should use in inverted commas. There was a time when we were struggling to compete with iRacing to just get the slot available, and now we seem to have a fairly regular showing.
Let's hope that continues. We had 10 and
Yeah.
12 this week, and the SOF was like 3,400, so it was pretty high. So
Whoa,
yeah,
okay.
hopefully we'll keep that going.
Yeah, I was considering turning up, but now you've said that, I don't want to donate any iRating to you, so might avoid that. But yeah, it's been great watching you race here at Sandown. It's a real mecca for V8 racers. One that you don't hear V8s mixed with Long Beach too many times. But it's going to be a very exciting race for us to watch. It's a very Belle Isle situation, isn't it? How'd you go at Long Beach? I love the place, by the way. I think it's one of the best racetracks in the world.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, and go well there. And you know, since iRacing finished the graphics, it's visually very, very nice as well. So we should have a good race there. I just want to say I want to shout out to Jamie Wilson. Jamie jumped to Ant Woodward's rescue earlier this week. You know, Ant had a pedal failure last week, and it turned out to be his controller box. Jamie had a spare one, posted it on Monday, and Ant was back up and racing on Tuesday. So it's nice to see our competitors stepping up and helping out. I told Jamie that I owed him a position. I somehow managed to give it to him today. So
That's class.
Debt's paid.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? Me and Clyde have got owens to Jamie Wilson as well, because he helped us out technically to get all the paint showing. on both ours different systems in different ways. Even though Clyde would say that he did nothing whatsoever to his computer and it still worked, I definitely owe Jamie some sort of pint or equivalent. So yes, I second that call out, and I look forward to watching you. Hopefully, top 5 or better at Long Beach in 3 weeks' time, Tony. Tony Clearstream, everybody.
Thank you.
Did you give him any shout outs?
What? Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
I was looking at something else.
Are you on? I don't want to know what website you're on. I really don't. Oh my god. Oh,
Anyway, let's
hope you were on Farm Simulator. That's all I can say.
Let's bring in 10th place, Ant Woodward. Welcome to the booth.
Evening.
Good evening. So, I don't know whether you're going to be up or down with.
It's a mystery.
But I am going to say I like this new Ant Woodward. I like the Ant Woodward that has just done a 2-hour race and has only got 8 incident points, whereas the old Ant Woodward could get those in lap 1. Is this a conscious thing, or is it something else?
I thought we were going to talk about the Ant Woodward that caused that big pile up in turn 2.
No, not yet. That's afterwards.
Whoa, all right, let's hold that one.
I have to raise you up before I can put you down.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I had loads of fun there. I met the new guys, got to the back of the field and saw some new guys, and then I really had fun. But disappointing ultimately to be over on lap 1, turn 2. But I beat Kenzie.
What? So did I. What was your expectations going into this race?
Up and down through the week. Really positive going from it towards it, and then so we've had a 2-week break, and in between was Bathurst 1000, wasn't it? Yeah. So we did that. Pedals failed 10 laps from the end while we were in 6th in the top split. So brutally gutted.
Was that the top split that BSTV were beating you in?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
that's that one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. That's all.
That's the same top split. Yeah, and so brutally gutted. The lads for once shared my technical troubles that I've been having since God knows when, half a season back. And Jamie came to my rescue. Jamie Watson, I believe his name is, or something.
Jason Wilson.
Jason Wilson.
That's it, yeah. And so up and down coming towards it. I did 2 terrible strength of field races. So just before it, I had nothing down for me, and then I just thought, well, run it and see what happens.
And this part that Jamie helped you out with, was that the cause of all of your problems that you've had this season and haven't really been able to diagnose properly?
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. So that's always a good sign when you can get from the start to the end of a 2-hour race and no technicals. So I'm fingers crossed that is what caused all the errors since it was Phillip Island last season started.
Yep, remember that. That was the turning left situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it struck in the worst times as well. Like that Bathurst one was harsh, but the Daytona one was really brutal. 5 minutes to the end, catching Adam for 3rd.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
Well, hopefully that's your problems in the rearview mirror. So we built you up. Let's knock you down. What happened?
I don't know, really. It's awkward. I'm on the outside for one. Got around the outside, nice, brilliant drive out, which propelled me up the inside of 2, and then, I hit Alex on the way in, And then as I went around the outside of 3 and he's on the inside, I think we had net code, and I ended up backwards in the wall basically, and game over. Bram hit me, so that was game over for him, unfortunately, as well.
Yeah, I must admit, it did. When we first looked at it, it looked the first contact looked very, very netcodey, and then it was just people piling in from there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One of those things. It's not a particularly wide track, is it? And it was. Well, I think we was milliseconds away from throwing the yellow. Looked at it again, and it had all sort of cleared up, and then, like you say, you're racing from the back, racing around people that.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Honest to God.
But you don't normally race with, so you're not quite sure what they're going to do, and it's a whole different race, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun there because the whole of the first stint, the car was down on pace, so it was like trying not to drop too far back, and then knowing that when you pit, you're going to get fixed and you're going to have some pace and be able to come back past, and that was exactly what happened. It was so much fun. And I got a pit lane speeding penalty as well, which gave me 40 seconds and put me back again, so I had to do a bit more overtaking. So just a busy, fun 2-hour race.
It sounds like you was doing it on purpose.
No, believe me.
Well, we certainly had fun watching. Long Beach next.
I'll probably win there, I think.
Well, some people love the challenge of a street circuit. Some people absolutely hate it.
Can't get off tracks there.
There's no such thing as an off track, is there? It's if you're off track, you lose a wheel or something like that. But how do you tend to go around the street circuits?
Love them, yeah. Do like the street circuits. It's more like a lot of street circuits on the real V8 scene. So I do like a bit of Long Beach in the V8.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you go well there. Before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, yeah, just first of all, I wrote 3 things down. There was Jamie Watson, thanks to him. I beat Kenzie, that's that covered. And the other surprising thing from tonight's broadcast is Johnny has friends.
Are you sure?
I used friends loosely.
Oh, okay. Racing buddies.
Yeah, they're probably somebody that's taking his dog for a walk or something like that.
Yeah. It'd be good if they join, though, because,
It's the people in the sandwich shop, isn't it?
No, it could be, yeah. Mrs. Panini or whatever her name was.
Panini's sponsor.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
But yeah, you're right. It's always good to see new faces join the league. I know we didn't see a lot of him tonight, but Michael Campbell looks like he can wheel a V8 pretty well. He got caught up in your mess at the start.
Sorry to him.
But was on a very, very good recovery drive until a storm hit wherever he lives. So like you say, always good to see some new faces and some new talent as well.
Yep, that's it. I had fun meeting some of them tonight. That was good. So other than that, just the usual suspects: Stacey, Jack, Evie, Simability, NQR. Thanks, boys.
Excellent. Well, we'll catch you in 3 weeks' time. And
see you.
Okay, last up, he's muted at the moment. We'll bring him in, see if he unmutes. It's Vincent Skilbeck.
Good morning, Vincent.
Afternoon.
He's trying to catch me out every bleeding time. I never get the time of day right.
I think he just keeps moving, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah. Are you in Perth today and like Brisbane tomorrow or something like that? I don't know. So, right, where did you qualify? You qualified in like 7th or something. It was a really good qualifying from you. And then the start of the what? You're already laughing. The start of the race.
Yeah.
The start of the race happened, and I think you got mired into all that mess, didn't you?
No, I actually missed that. I was directly behind it, so I saw it happen, and I just snuck to the left and snuck through.
Oh, I squeezed through then. Got the wheelie bin through. And yes, straight through, and we saw you battling with lots of different people. But I think you held the record for most visits to pit road. I'm not too sure. Did you get a drive-through penalty at some point?
I did at the end.
Right.
I think with Tony's incident, I ended up getting over the limit after I spun, and Victor ran straight into me. So
yes, yep, that'll do it. Sandown, you must love driving around here. I mean, it's kind of home territory for you, isn't it? Not like I said for wherever it was, Watkins or wherever it was. But yeah, still, see, even though I'm drunk all the time, I still remember these things. But yeah, you must like driving around Sandown. The last time we were here, we had a full course caution. It was an utterly disastrous first lap. We tried it again on lap 2. It didn't quite achieve what we achieved last time. But yeah, you must love racing around here, right?
Yeah, it's good fun. I've done a lot of laps in the last couple of weeks around here, so I knew I would have been on pace. I was just not happy with my qualifying. My very last flying lap, I think I was on for a time that would have put me within the top 5, but Alex going off down a Dandenong Road, and then coming back on.
Yeah, we joined the footage.
My lap. Put me back to P7. But yeah, I've done a lot of laps, so I was still happy with my pace.
Yeah, you should be, because you are super rapid. It's a shame you got mired into some other people's issues, is the best way to describe it. We've seen some really good performances from you in recent weeks, and we travelled to Long Beach, which, unlike Sandown, will absolutely punish you, even for the slightest indiscretion off the racing line. Although I do remember you had. Why have I got in my head that you had a great race at Long Beach last time we went there with the V8s?
I think it may have been Belle Isle.
Oh, was that Belle Isle?
Been changing between the two, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But they are both similar, so.
Yeah, I mean, an off track there is a crash, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, you've got pedigree at Belle Isle, if nowhere else, and Long Beach. We have been there before with the V8s, and
yes.
It makes for a great broadcast. Hopefully, you can provide yourself with some good victories and some good race position. It's always great to have you in our leagues. I think you would probably have been happier had you at least finished in your qualifying position. And even then, you've got an understanding that your overall race pace was in excess of where you actually qualified in the first place. But I mean, I don't know what Clyde thinks. It's always great having you race with us. You provide a different kind of racing style to the guys around you, whether people realise it or not. I don't know whether it's because you race in Scops. I don't know whether it's because you race more on the Aussie tracks and more in the V8s than other people do. But I always find watching you fantastic, and in a non-weird and pervy way. Look forward to seeing you at Long Beach. Anybody you want to shout out to, or any other comments you want to make before we let you go and celebrate your 12th place position tonight, and look forward to Long Beach.
Yeah, just on Long Beach itself, I think I might have a little bit of high hopes for that. It's the same weekend as our last V8 Scops Enduro, so I'll be doing a butt ton of laps after today's Bathurst 1000 for Scops.
Cool.
And yeah, just thank everyone in the league for turning up every week, you guys for the broadcast, and Simability for sponsoring the league again.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we hope you never leave us. Bring some Australians with you every race if you can do. And keep the wheelie bins wheel moving round all the time. Vincent Skilbeck, everybody.
Yeah, catch you guys next round.
Excellent. So that is the interviews over. That is the racing over. And now, Pete, we switch our attention to the main event.
Yes.
The Bill Switzer Driver of the Season Award, in which myself and Pete have to name our driver of the meeting. Every time drivers get a vote, they get a point. Driver with the most points at the end of the season wins. Now, I'm not even going to beat around the bush tonight. I think, personally, it's quite a simple one. And for his second place, my vote is going to go to Alex Lado. I think he had an absolutely fantastic drive, didn't really put a foot wrong, and thoroughly deserves all the plaudits that he's getting, especially from me. So, yeah, Alex Lado.
Well, you're beating around the bushes. I'm going to beat the bushes to death. So, here we go. Kenzie Newhoff would have got my vote, but he's not going to get it for obvious reasons. Michael Campbell was right up there for a glorious amount of time until he wasn't, and we will thank whatever storm it was that removed him from our screens for ruining our night. I can't give it to him because he didn't finish the race, so that stands to reason, I think. I was going to give my vote to Alex Lado. He does fantastic things for our league. He's done very well. He's finished second in this race. He was gifted the last one, last position, as in he would have finished third, but he finished second by Johnny Brandon. And Jamie Wilson, fourth place, up 5 places from his start position. Victor Tanaka up 10 places from his start position. Greg Carr up 6 places from his start position. There's a few out there that really call themselves out. I'm not going to mention that Sam Boozin was up 6 places. I shouldn't mention that, should I, Clyde?
No.
No. So, I'm going to go Jamie Wilson. I think that's a calm, calculated, steady 4th place. Just outside the top 3, he's scratching away at that podium position. It's there. It's within his grasp. He got it last time, didn't he? It's there for him, and I think Team Camera are doing fantastic work this season. And he helped me out, and he helped you out, and he sounds like he helped Ant out. I don't think that generosity like that, unbridled generosity, can go unrecognised. So, Jamie Wilson, you are my hero for this week.
Excellent. So 2 good votes there. So cracking night racing. Coming up on BSTV, we are back with the V8s in 3 weeks' time from Long Beach. If you've been asleep for the last 20 minutes and haven't heard us mention it. And Pete, I think you are back with TCRs from Spa on Wednesday.
Yeah, Spa. It should be a great race, actually. Lots of drafting. It's the same as I described during this race. You don't need to necessarily generate your overtake from 6 turns back. You can just have a go at it at the end of Kemmel Straight. So we're looking for another Alt F4 style hilarity in TCRs this week. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get it. Big thanks to everybody on the chat. Thoroughly enjoyed hearing all about Nicole Foggy's woes. Big thanks to all the drivers that show up for each round and put on such a good show for us. Big thanks to Pete for doing the cameras tonight and joining me in the booth and all the other stuff that he does in the background. Big thanks to Simability again for sponsoring the series. So we've come to the end of the broadcast. It's time to say goodnight. I should say goodnight, let Pete say goodnight, and then we'll close the broadcast. So thanks everybody for watching. Good night and stay safe.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for racing. Hopefully all those Spaniards that mentioned that they might join us will join us and flash out the field and create some exciting racing. We look forward to Long Beach. We look forward to Spa, and we look forward to you joining us again. We love you all, and see you next time.